Hello everyone. Before we get into this tier list, I want to give some very important context about what it is. So don't just skip to what your class is or what classes you're interested in or what the end is. It's very important to hear what I'm saying so that the tier list makes sense. So because this is a Legion Champion tier list, the most difficult and the most important mission for the Legion Champion system is the Hard Saren mission. So because Hard Saren is the most important one, this tier list is heavily influenced on how good a class is at Hard Saren in particular. The reason for that is because Hard Lotus, Hard Mihile, and Black Mage are very easily doable on any class, no matter what you play. So it's not really that important to stress about, especially when you make a Legion Champion, because those three bosses are very easily doable on literally any class. But Hard Saren in under 20 minutes, which is what the Legion Champion mission is quite a bit harder, and you will have an advantage if you play a really good class suited for that. And then normal Kalos, because the normal Kalos buff is only IAD, which isn't too important at the moment. And since you have to do normal Kalos in less than 20 minutes, it's also extremely difficult to get to that point in funding. So the meta is going to be for Hard Saren clears on everyone's Legion Champion. So this tier list is mostly focused on Hard Saren. This is not a mains tier list at all. This is not a boss mule tier list. This is a Legion Champion tier list. And because Hard Saren is the most important one, then it's mostly going to be focused on that. With that all being said though, I hope you enjoyed the video after a quick message from Factor. Don't be like this guy wasting his time making his own food. You gotta get back to getting gains on MapleStory. If you spend an hour a day making yourself food, you would be missing out on around 4.5 billion messes a week and like 200 fragments. That's why I partnered up with Factor to give you guys fresh, never frozen, gourmet meals straight to your door. I've tried it out myself and the food is unironically good and takes only 2 minutes to be ready. My community loves it too. So stop being dumb and wasting all your mesos and get Factor using my link below to get 50% off your first box and free shipping. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, and thank you Factor for sponsoring, and enjoy the rest of the video.
Wait, what tier list are we making again?
Bro doesn't even know.
We're unprepared. Trust.
Lel tier list. No, not Lel tier list. All right, so the tier list that we're making today, what were you gonna say?
I thought you said it was going to be the most breedable one.
What the fuck? Breedable. Wait, what?
That's what you told me in DMs.
Wait, like most breedable classes? Is that what you're saying?
That's what you were saying.
I've never said that once. This guy's horny as shit right now. What the fuck? I've never said that shit. We could do that though if you want.
Lel.
All right, anyways, the tier list that we're doing today is Legion Champion tier list. Yes. For those who are wondering, we're doing the Legion Champion tier list. So I was actually going to do a different tier list today, but we're going to be doing that tier list probably on Sunday, which is really good. But this is a good one to make because I'm sure a lot of people are curious what we think about the 20-minute changes for N Kalos, H Saren, and whatnot. And on top of that, these are the so this is what I'm thinking for this tier list in terms of like criteria. So the first thing is Hexa. Hexa matters a lot on these classes, or on this specifically, because you're going to be training these characters from anywhere between 275 to 280. So for example, a class that has very good like Hexa efficiency will probably be that'll probably add to the value of it. The burst timer of the class is very important. Classes that are 2 minute are going to probably be favored very highly because of the fact that you only have 20 minutes to clear a lot of the bosses, which means that you can get a lot more bursts off. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I have a whole video like explaining why 2 minute classes are going to be better, and I will link that below. On top of that, another thing that's very important to consider for this type of tier list is how strong the class will be in the future. So a class like Zero, for example, that's going to be even stronger in the future, is 2 minute, has zero bind, and all that stuff will be very powerful and very strong. But a class that, for example, isn't going to be that strong in the future will not be valued as highly, because at the end of the day, the Legion Champion tier list, this is not a mains tier list. This is not a like for fun tier list. It's about like what's the best way to complete these missions, right? Now, I say it's not a fun tier list, but at the end of the day, you can play literally any class, any one of these, and still get the Legion Champion missions done. But objectively, you will have to fund more certain classes more than others to get the same shit done. So I don't want people walking around saying like, oh, Duky said you can't play this class. No, you can play literally any class you want, and I want to make that absolutely clear. Just that you're going to have to fund stuff more than others. This is not the same as a 220 boss meal where you just get max nodes, hit 220, and then you could do whatever the fuck you want. There are bigger differences. Like, basically, the difference, the class balancing difference gets wider and wider the further you get into the game. So now that we're talking about, like, H-Saren and N-Kalos, the class difference, like the class gap, becomes more relevant. So you have to keep that in mind. It becomes more relevant. So a class like I said, like Zero is going to be much more valuable than a class like Wild Hunter, for example, even though they're both 2 minutes, and it's strictly just because Zero is a lot stronger. But if you want to play Wild Hunter, you can play it. I'm joined with Phil and Jay as well. Yep, Jay.
Crazy. Hello.
All right, so what we should change these tiers because I don't like doing the letters. Like, I think the letters is just dumb. It's not as accurate. I think it should be like most optimal, and then it should be like unoptimal, and then the middle should be like great pick, and then like good or will be good. Or I'll just say good. Then I'll remove this. I think this is like a better way to list them out. This is a better way to get them out. So basically with this type of tiering system, anything I would say anything that you put that's good or higher, you'll probably have like a like relatively easy time, or not easy because at the end of the day Legion Champion is like more of like an end game activity to involve yourself with. Not necessarily easy, but like you won't have any like specific giga struggle moments because your class is weak as fuck. But if you're an unoptimal, then there's probably some stuff in your class that will prevent you from having like a very easy time in doing all of the missions. The main thing that we're going to be focusing on is H-Saren, but we're also going to be touching on N-Kalos as well. But H-Saren is the big one. That's the big one. So that's the main thing that we're going to be talking about. And then if you pick great pick, then the class is definitely really strong and stuff like that. And then most optimal is like these are just OP as fuck classes. And like if you play them, you're going to have the easiest time possible doing the process. So that's what I'm thinking. All right, you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's talk about Angelic Buster. So for me, I think Angelic Buster is at least great pick, maybe even higher. But the reason for that is because... Oh, okay. Actually, another thing that I wanted to mention is things like Mihile, H-Lotus, and Black Mage. Like, yeah, it matters, but at the end of the day, you could do those on any class very easily. Like when you're funding these characters. So it's mostly like a discussion around H-Saren and Kalos, to be honest with you, because that's like the actual hard part. But yeah, that's like the actual like shit that really matters and people are concerned about. But everything below that, like, trust me, it might sound crazy when I say like, oh, it's easy to solo BM. Like, it is. When you're when you're at this level of the game, like, it is easy to solo BM within 45 minutes, and then Mihile and H slot within 20 minutes. Like, that is very easy. You could do that. Yeah. So let's talk about AB. So I think AB is at least a great pick because not only is it a 2-minute burst class, it's also a very fast 2-minute burst class, which means that you can get off all of your burst within midnight as well. So classes that have like a long burst, like, I don't know, Hayato or I don't know whatever it has, like BowMaster, for example, just like a long 2-minute burst class. BowMaster is really good too, but the whole point is like you can get off your burst like pretty instantly, which is really, really good. because you can fit everything and get all your guaranteed damage off very effectively. Also, AB has a very safe burst with your Jenny iframe and your Sparkle burst. So another 10-second iframe every 2 seconds or every 2 minutes. So like you could get off your burst pretty much guaranteed every single time. There's no way you can mess it up. Like that's like how it is on AB. So the effective damage output is really, really, really good. On top of that, it has 1 minute burst as well. So if you're just a little bit off of like a threshold, you have like an option for you instead of just like doing nothing until your next 2 minute burst. The other thing with AB is I think the Hexa is really good too, right? Like the V skills, for example. Like you could get a lot of value from your Hexa on AB as well. Training it is also very easy. The other thing is because Legion Champion needs a lot of training, you need to get it to like 275 to 280. Playing a class that has really brain dead training is nice. Like at the end of the day, you have Soul Janus, but I really feel like you're only gonna have Soul Janus level 1 for Legion Champion. There's no reason to get it past level 1 in my opinion. So having a class that just mobs very easily, like AB, will make things even easier for you. Yeah, it's a dice class too. So, but the thing is, level speed doesn't matter as much as like a main. It matters, but it's not like the most important thing. Like it's okay to level kind of slowly to 275 to 280 because at the end of the day, those levels aren't like insanely high, and it doesn't take like a stupid long amount of time to get to those levels. So even if you're not leveling like with max Janus and like super efficient frag rates or super efficient XP rates, like you're still gonna get a lot of frags in the process, which is very, very important. And then in terms of like how strong AB will be in the future for like Mastery 3, Mastery 4, I think AB gets like, oh, let me check. I'm like checking this list here.
You're asking how much damage it gains or just what it got?
Yeah, how much does it gain? It's like a 7 FD gain or something, right?
I think it's more than that.
With N3 and 4? Oh, it's more?
I think every class got minimum 10.
Minimum 10?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think most classes average around like 15% FD from the...
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
That's
I'm
not
looking
including attack speed
at
either.
the wrong graph. My bad. Okay. I see 17% from M3
Yeah,
and
that's
M4.
one of the higher ones, I believe. Unless like you're like Blaster, Cadena, those ones like close to 30%. This is like, given at the average, I think the average is like 13 to 15%. 17 is relatively high.
Yeah, so like even in the future, if you want to play this class, it's only gonna get stronger. So there's nothing to fear, to be honest with you. I'm down to put it at the top or second from the bottom. I'm not sure really what's holding it back, other than like maybe its damage output isn't like insanely high, but I feel like its damage is good enough, like more than good enough.
Yeah, one other thing I want to mention is that when I think about Saren, there are a group of classes that have also a little advantage when it's the type of class that can effectively have an effective burst during dawn.
Yeah.
Not many classes can do that, and AB is one of those classes that can, because combined with your Jenny iframe and your class iframe, you're effectively iframe for like 20 seconds for your entire burst.
Yeah, the burst is super short too, so like you probably don't even need your other iframe, like straight up. Or you could use it to be safe, but yeah, you're right. That's a good point. Like, can you DPS in dawn? AB definitely can. So 100%.
I don't know if you mentioned this or not, but AB is also a cooldown hat class. So
Oh, is it? I didn't even fucking know that.
yeah, you want to run -2 minimum. I don't remember how good -4 is, but cooldown hat is really good on AB because when you do your first burst with Origin, after Origin is when you will pop your Sparkle Burst and then your key down, your Dragon Mascot. So because of that naturally desyncs your burst afterwards, right? Like even when you're doing your mini burst a minute later, you're gonna have your Overdrive and your AB link up, but then your other 1 minute skill is gonna be a little bit delayed, and then your Dragon Mascot is gonna be a little bit delayed as well. So having cooldown hat makes it so that it's less desynced over time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because you also have
desync?
CD hat, you're bursting sooner.
Mm-hmm.
So any like min cut situation that makes it better for you, especially
Mhm.
because with the champion missions, which is the most important thing I'm talking about right now, you only have 20 minutes to clear the boss. With the exception of Black Mage, I think you have like 45 minutes or
45,
something, or
yeah.
40. So the cooldown hat is an important thing to mention about this class.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. On this topic though, some classes that have a mini burst, when it's a class that don't run cooldown hat, but they also have mini burst classes, this desync thing is kind of annoying. I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about like Pally and Buck classes like
Mhm.
that they have a 90, and when they have to do their origin, especially during the origin burst, your 90 seconds is gonna be very decent.
Yeah.
But anyways,
I
that's besides the point. I
think this class is literally one of the most optimal.
I think so too. Just because I know the damage isn't the highest, but given that like the point that we're discussing about like how it can effectively bursting dawn, it's actually quite advantage in for a 20-minute Saren run.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do want to push it to like C callus the normal callus level, then the raw damage output of a class actually starts to matter a lot more than just the mechanics of the class. I think at Saren level, although it's still like you the raw damage still matters, but not to that degree. It's still like the mechanics or like the kit of the class still carries a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But at normal callus, 20-minute normal callus, that literally just becomes a damage threshold check.
Mm-hmm.
Because for 3-minute class, you have to 1 burst per segment. For 2-minute class, you have to 2 bursts per segment.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that.
Yeah. So like the 2-minute funding requirement for an Encalus is more than like a 3-minute.
No. It's lower actually.
Okay.
Because you can't afford to 2 bursts per segment P2. But
Okay.
for 3 minutes, if you want to clear under 20 minutes, you basically have to 1 burst each segment, and
Okay.
that is just how I don't know how many people 3-minute man can do that at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm good to put it at a great pick for now, but we can move it up later depending on, because at this point I don't have a very good overall picture of what are the obvious ones in most optimal, so we can just move it
I think
up
this
and
one's
down.
obvious because this is specifically a champion, not your main. But because it's a champion, number one, it's a pirate class, so you're leveling it faster. Levels
Yeah.
is one of the main gatekeepers of this of Legion champions. Like
Mhm.
you're always going to have the gear ready before you're going to have the level and fragments ready.
Yep.
And considering that they're making, I mean, they're basically making fragments a little bit easier to get to, especially in GMS with these options to buy boosters and then these non-GMS events giving us extra fragments here and there. It's really nice. Also, from just the trend we've been seeing, like 3x coupons are a lot more common as well. So leveling will be even faster as an AB. Not only that, but AB's mobbing is also just really good too. It's like a really good user of Dusk early on.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to feel pressure to level it to 10 if you're a Dawn farmer.
Yep.
Which some classes, like, you really do want to have level 10 Dawn.
Like a blaster.
But yeah, I think it's a clear-cut most optimal right away.
Yeah, I actually agree. I would put it at the top.
Okay.
I have a general idea what's at the top, and I think this could definitely be at the top for sure. Okay. Next up is Adele. I think this shit's ass. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I think it's...
Yeah, it's
If there was a
don't-
tier below unoptimal, it would be there, in my opinion.
So
Adele, in general, I think Adele is just a class you have when you want to play as a main.
So Adele gets like 16 FD from the new M3, M4. About, by the way, all these numbers are approximate, right? So like it's still like gets good. It gets good gains from the future patch, but at the end of the day, the thing with Adele is it's a 3-minute class, right? So it's already not like optimal for Saren. and it's also hard to play. So it's like, granted, the whole like hard to play thing doesn't matter as much when you're at this level of the game, because you, again, like I keep saying, the Legion Champion system is something you involve yourself in when you're much deeper into the game. So you should already have like a good understanding of the game in the first place. So that means like you'll be able to learn a class. It's not like it's going to be impossible to play, but at the end of the day, you can get way more out of a class that's easier to play and does more damage. On top of that,
Do you guys remember like whether we just have to do the champion mission once for on the character, or
It's
multiple
once.
times?
yeah, it's
Okay.
only once.
That's
It's
another thing,
unless
right?
you
Like-
swap the character out.
Yeah, that's the other thing, right? Like, do you really want to be playing this like, because you already made this character? Do you really want to be making this? You use it once to clear the champion mission, but then the character is already made. Do you really want to be running this as a C10 MMO every single week when the class is just fucking annoying to play?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's also another thing to think about.
Yeah, no, I agree. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like you said earlier before, like I think Adele is one of those classes where if it's your main, great. If it's a sub main or Legion, no.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah, it most likely will require more effort to play than your main, unless your main's like, I don't know,
Evan.
Blaster, Cadena, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But at that point, like, why?
Yeah, you don't have to redo the missions when you add someone. It's only when you replace.
I think something that is also worth noting is that because you have to make this character, or just all characters in general, strong enough to be able to clear the bosses within 20 minutes, like honestly, you might as well want to pick a class that you actually enjoy, because maybe you would be down to do it every week. You know, maybe you would be down to throw it down the gauntlet and just
Yeah.
clear the boss every 20 minutes. Like in
Yeah.
a real run, in a champion mode run, right? So if you enjoy the class, like maybe you'll be more willing to do that. Like let's just say, whatever class it is you chose, it's strong enough to do a 20-minute H Saren every week, and you don't have an emblem yet. Like that would be an incentive to do it
Yeah.
up until you get the emblem, and then you can decide if you still want to do it every week or not.
Mm-hmm.
I will say though, the meso difference between H Saren and N Saren is abysmally low.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a 200 mil difference.
200
I think.
mil.
So
Yep.
if at minimum, if you really want to, you could just solo it until you get the emblem, and then go back to doing normal, and then you will just destroy it.
Yep.
So class enjoyability is very important here, outside of just like the raw stats of what the class is capable of doing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't think there's much more to say. It's just straight up unoptimal. Like
Yeah, don't do this, kids.
Yeah, I think this. If I were to say like, the other thing about Adele is like, you gotta really be an Adele lover, like you said, to play this shit. Cause like at the end of the day, it's annoying to play. They made it a little less annoying in the recent balance, but at the end, it's still annoying. And your output isn't even that high. So it's like you just gotta really love this fucking class. And it's a 3-minute class, which is like unoptimal in general for this shit. So I'm just gonna put it in unoptimal. Adele training ain't bad though. Easy to one-shot, I guess, which helps at lower levels.
yeah, cleave and then hexacleave is fat, but not fat enough.
Yeah. No, we already talked about 3rd and 4th mastery. Like, it gets like around 16 FD from 3rd and 4th mastery, which is good. But at the end of the day, it's still like maybe a top 30 class in terms of damage. Like low 30s. Or like low 20s, I guess. Like 29, 28 or something like that. Number 30. So, it's like not the craziest thing in the world. Anyways. Alright. Next class is Aran. You have an Aran champion. So what do you think of it?
I think before it went live and that we saw that you had to defeat all the bosses within 20 minutes, I think Aran was going to be a pretty decent choice. Because it's really easy to play. They also made the leveling, like the mobbing of the class, a lot more less ass, basically, like less gate kept. Because before you would really want to have a -4 hat and the Wings of Fate cape for -5. Like you really wanted the -5 setup as an Aran because it would allow you to effectively have Maha's Carnage every respawn.
Mm-hmm.
But now they've made it so that the cooldown of Maha's Carnage is 10 seconds now. And it's only 20 seconds when you're in Adrenaline. So the mobbing aspect of Aran has gone a lot more accessible. You don't have to have a -5 setup anymore. Like just even -2 will get you by. Ideally, you want -4 though.
Mm-hmm.
But you didn't have to really go through the effort of like getting even the cape as well. So early on, low investment, your mobbing is already pretty chill. You have essentially a dark flare at home. Like you just have like this little ice popsicle that just does damage within an area to summon. 100% uptime, so that's really nice to have as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's also Freud's class,
Yep. I was thinking that.
so it's
You can
it,
burst in Dawn.
you
very
have
advantaged in Dawn.
yes, exactly.
Mhm.
Like you will go crazy in Dawn, assuming that you're able to stack it correctly and not die during it.
I mean,
Um,
if you're playing the game at this level and to make Legion champions do A7, I expect you to not fuck up shit like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it can still happen, but yeah, ideally you don't mess up. But yeah, the training and the bossing is very chill. It's very straightforward. Ever since the revamp, the class has just gone like the Dawn Warrior treatment. Like basically, it's just Dawn Warrior's cousin at this point. Like it's just eating the off-brand crayons instead.
Mhm.
Of how simple this class is now.
Not the Crayolas. The other one.
I don't even know what the other ones are. That's how crazy it is. But yeah, the Hexa investment is fine. Like all the skills are really relevant,
Mhm.
especially after the revamp. The Master Cores in the future, M3 and M4, are also really, really important. Essentially, like this is not even over exaggerating. When you have the Final Stand Master Core, it's like having an Origin level skill on a 3-minute cooldown.
Yeah. Crazy.
So that will definitely help Aran a lot with creating as a champion.
Mm-hmm.
I think that skill's doing as much. That skill without massacres doing as much as the Aran's Origin right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like at this time.
Yeah, I agree. Straight up. That shit's broken as hell. Hyper adrenaline. That shit's broken as hell.
Yeah, that also gets boosted, and I think I don't remember exactly what it does, but obviously it's really good to have.
Mm-hmm.
Having your adrenaline boosted.
I think the thing with Aran is like what do you think of its like 3rd and 4th mastery? Like it gets a pretty good boost from that too. So like even in the future, it's still gonna be outputting like really good damage. It's not like it's gonna be weak as shit.
Third mastery itself, like I think that thing will like literally double your burst.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So like there's a lot to look forward to for Aran too, which is really nice.
Class of Soul is really visually appealing.
You have a good survival on this shit too. Like if you're
Yes.
like learning how to do Saren and shit, like Aran's a really good class to do that.
You have Lifesteal, which is nice to have in Sunset, but
Mhm.
ideally you're not getting jabbed. You also have an on-demand iframe that's like, I think it's like a 1-minute cooldown. I don't remember
It's 1
exactly.
minute cooldown. Yes.
If I were to place this, I think for now it's a good pick.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. The
I don't
thing
think
is,
it's a great pick. I think it's just good.
yeah, at the end of the day, it's still a 3-minute class, so it's like the burst timings aren't like super crazy. It has Freud's though. Like Freud's makes up for a lot because you could do like start of noon burst, middle of sunset, middle or like early middle-ish of dawn. So it's like you could get off a lot more damage. Straight up. All right, we can continue. Let's talk about Arc. So Arc is a little weird because I feel like although Arc is a 2-minute class, right, which is really good for Saren, it has a pretty I don't know about fast burst. Like the thing is, like the beast and the abyssal recall is pretty fast, but infinity spell lasts for how long? 40 seconds? 50 seconds? I don't know how long it lasts. Something like that.
I think it's 50 right now.
Yeah, I think it's 50. So you're gonna have to be like optimizing your infinity spell for that entire duration, which I worry about for midnight, because you would do start of noon, start of sunset, and then start of midnight. So you might run out at some point, like in the middle of midnight, which kind of sucks. But I don't think it's that big of a deal because you still get most of your damage off at the front of your burst regardless. Oh, you know what's another thing that I remembered with 2-minute classes is you're probably gonna want multiple rings, right? Like optimally. So that's like something to consider with 2-minute classes. You're gonna want
Or
multiple
just use a
rings.
comp.
Yeah, or you use a comp, right? So it's like one
I
or
think
the
comp
other.
classes are a lot better though.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think comp classes would be better. But like it's just your ring situation like severely impacts your performance. But if you are somebody who is working on a Legion champion and you're kind of close to soloing H Saren, you can definitely join a bunch of bosses that give you white jade boxes anyways. So like you're probably gonna have something. You're probably gonna have at least one ring, most likely, just from like getting the white jade boxes from Saren every week and getting them from like Easy Kalos, for example. Probably at least have like a Comp 3 or something like that. So that definitely will help. But from what I've heard from Arc players, now this I could be wrong. I think the Arc's 2-minute burst isn't bad, but most of its damage is in its origin burst. That's what I've heard. So like
Yeah, the origin's very fast.
yeah, like the origin is super strong and its 2-minute burst is like okay, but it's not like Hayato, for example, where like the 2-minute burst is actually really, really good. Or like Blaster. So for me, like I would put Arc probably in like great pick just because like the timings are really good. The class's survivability is really good. It's getting like another like 15 or something FD with Mastery 3 and 4, so it's getting like a standard good buff in the future. It could be a little hard to play if you're not used to comboing, but that's not the worst thing in the world at the end of the day. And the training's fine, to be honest, these days. Like the Hexa makes up for it a lot. Also has dice.
I think it's just good at best, to be honest.
You think
This
so?
class is really bad at Saren. This class is actually like really bad at Saren.
Okay, why do you think it's bad at Saren?
I watched, you guys all know like the okay, it's not as bad now that you can just duck in Saren, but Arc had a severe problem of dodging Saren's attack when it's comboing because of the long end delay, and to do optimal damage on this class, okay, you either trade up a lot of damage, DPS in Saren in order to not get jabbed, or you just go fearless mode and just get jabbed multiple times during like a DPS cycle.
Interesting. Okay, so you think it's like its output isn't as like efficient as like AB, for example?
Oh yeah, no. AB will have a much easier time in that boss than not.
Yeah, so something to point out is that the underlying assumption that we are talking about right now is that most people will just stop at Saren, and that the whole pursuit for End Kalos is going to be like much later, just because you have to fund way harder.
Yeah, like way harder. Like you need to be almost max Hexa at the moment.
Yeah, you have to fund way harder, and also the reward for it really isn't that great. You only get like 5 ID, which is, I mean, especially in GMS, it's kind of whatever. I mean, even in KMS, it's whatever. 5 ID is almost nothing, especially when you're in party bossing. Like if you're always gonna have a bishop, like the 5 ID really just does nothing. It's just cosmetic at this point.
Cycles.
Yes, there's also event stats as well. And if you're still using Golex, then you are more than happy with the amount of ID you already have. So like with Arc, I feel like Arc would definitely perform well in end Kalos just because big hitbox, you can do the cheesy up jump attack thing where you can elongate one of your attacks so it does more lines or something like that. But also like compared to like Saren, where Saren you have to be very careful about your when you're weaving in your attacks and whatnot. Kalos, you're just basically hitting like a big dummy the entire time.
Yeah,
There's not much
you
that you
stay
really have to
above
look
him.
out for. Like you have a lot of uptime in Kalos compared to Saren. But because Saren really isn't that important of a boss to clear at the moment, it will become more relevant later just because power creep and also at some point they're probably going to expand the number of champions you can have and also what missions are available to. So until that point, I feel like Arc is just at best a good pick only.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm okay with that. That's fine. Makes sense.
So imagine this was also on 3 minute, 3 minutes like 3 minute cooldown, and shit is literally like, yeah.
Imagine it was still
Not
4
bad.
minute.
No, I said if the we're putting it in good because it has 2 minute cooldown.
Yeah.
If it's like 3 minute cooldown, and the shit is just ass.
Yeah. Then it's just straight up ass. Yeah. I agree. Okay. Let's move on to Battle Mage. Yeah, this shit is cooked.
Yeah, this shit is actually good.
This shit
Honestly, I
is
don't
cooked.
know what really happened outside of the fact that it lost like its party LA resist.
Well,
reduction.
the thing is that's a lot of FD reduction like to them. You know what I mean? Like even though their third and fourth mastery aren't bad, like they just lost so much damage that like the class doesn't even do that much damage anymore. Straight up, like
There was
comparatively.
no recuperation of damage when they lost that.
Well, obviously there was like they buffed some of its numbers, but it's still overall less though, isn't it? The support nerf was a FD gain. They gained 9 FD. Oh, what the fuck? Then, oh, maybe I'm wrong. I thought they were still stronger with the support. Okay, it stinks, bruh. So it's a 3-minute class with a 90-second, right?
Yes.
So that timer is also unoptimal regardless. Which kind of sucks. BAM's
All I
training
know
is
is
really,
that
really good though, at least.
All I know is that outside of his origin burst, in fact, looks like it does like literally no damage.
You think so?
I think the 3 minute burst is quite underwhelming.
That's not good.
Cause Unit Aura is actually a 90-second skill.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I think 3 minute on 3 minute cooldown, all you're getting is the background swap skill on top, because all your other skill you also have for a 90-second burst. So like, it's also like one of those like 90-second burst class with like one 3 minute skill.
Mm-hmm. Damn, that's actually really sad. This class used to be so broken, huh? It's actually so sad. It's super sad. Buff ban. The big three. No, it used to be one of the big three, like straight up with Bishop and Kanna. Low key bottom
Yeah,
three. Now.
all optimal. Don't do this.
Yeah, no, I think it's unoptimal regardless. I know that damage ain't it. Every battle mage just complains to me how weak they are now. It's actually so sad. Class needs
No,
to rework this
you know
one.
what it is. You know
What?
what it is. It was because of the support nerf. Like no one like their teammates didn't care about how much damage they did. That no once they lost their support, they really start getting scrutinized on how much damage they're personally doing, and then
That's
they
funny.
realize like, and then people realize how weak they are.
That's funny. No, you're actually right. You're actually right. Everybody was just like, oh, whatever. Like, we have a BAM in the party. Gives us, like, perm 22 FD. Like, who the fuck cares? And now it's like, oh, you can't do that anymore? So, like, how much damage are you going to be doing? Oh, you're not doing that much damage? Like, okay. Shut the fuck up. Type shit.
Literally, though.
Like, actually. That shit's kind of funny. Yeah, '07. Yeah, either way, it's unoptimal. Like, again, I want to point out that like just because we put something in unoptimal doesn't mean you can't play it. If you want to play it, go ahead. It's just like there's gonna be classes that are gonna do the same mission easier. So, whatever. Okay, next class is Bishop. I think Bishop is crazy good. Straight
I
up.
think so too.
I think this thing is so good because not only is Bishop really strong, right? 2-minute class, so it has good timer. You literally cannot die on this class, right? Like it's literally like kind of a phone call. Hey, looks like I'm soloing the Bishop comms, bro. You're broken. I don't want to play with you anymore. Yep, exactly. So you cannot die on Bishop. That's something that's very, very important to this. Like it's not something that should be glossed over. Because at the end of the day, like if you're going to be doing a 20-minute Saren run, you're going to have to go through multiple cycles, especially through Sunset, because of just the nature of how it works, right? And you die a lot usually in Sunset. So the fact that Bishop like can't die, like you can just heal with every single one of your attacks. You have Fountain, like real Fountain, just on demand. You have Door. In case you do die, like it's just very, very convenient. The other thing about Bishop is, I guess like we could have talked about this as a battle mage, but I'm gonna mention it for Bishop. Is like telecasting is actually so good in Saren because you could just stay on top of Saren and upkeep your damage very easily with Bishop too. So it's actually like free as fuck. I ain't even gonna lie. The class is also really easy to play. It's easy to play too. Like that shit is that shit ain't that hard. Despite what any Bishop might mind control you into thinking, like that shit really ain't that hard. So keep that in mind. Despite what any Bishop might mind control you into thinking, it's not that hard to play. Should lose 10 FD being a Soul Guard 6-man, but has really high uptime. W with heals and lifesteal telecast. Yeah, exactly. Like, obviously, you're not as strong as in a party, but like, it's still really strong in terms of like solo damage, regardless. So like, it has all of that going for it. Bishop training is also very, very, very easy, and you have a real holy symbol. Like, let's not forget that you have a real holy symbol. Like, that's something that's like very important. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is very important too. So it's not like it's not something to just like fuck, I can't even think of the word. It's not something to neglect. It's not something to neglect. Like you can train much faster on Bishop than other classes, and you can train very easily on Bishop too. So normally what people say about Bishop is like, oh, you need a lot of int for this class to be really good, and you need a lot of Legion. Well, first of all, you need at least AK Legion. You need at least AK Legion to even start doing Legion Champion in the first place, and then a lot of int. Like, yeah, you're gonna be funding this character, yeah, so you will get a lot of int. You know what I'm saying? So like, those things aren't even an issue. Like, you're just dealing with OP ass Bishop at this point, so it's just gonna be free as fuck, like straight up.
Yep.
It's just gonna be free as fuck. So
Also,
truly,
it's no longer tied on weapon jump either.
yeah, you're not even tied to weapon jump. Like you can get Kant and then you're good to go. And it's actually really good. So I think Bishop is one of the most optimal classes to do for this, straight up. And on top of that, because you have a strong Bishop on your account, you will be able to join a lot of parties and get really good gear a lot earlier than most people. You know what I'm saying? Because you're a Bishop. Because at the end of the day, you can support people too. You have a strong Bishop on your account. There's value in having this on your account regardless. So I think it's one of the most optimal picks regardless. Yeah, Hexa requirement is lower. Yes, Hexa requirement is legit lower too. Straight up on this class, because you don't need all of your like V skills to be like super high level to get super good value. Like leveling Benny doesn't do shit, right? On the Hexa?
It's like, no, it give you a self FD.
Okay. Oh, it's super important. Wait, what's the skill that you don't have to level? Which one is it? Was it Peacemaker? I don't remember which one. There was one of their levels that was like, it doesn't matter that much. Oh, it's Peacemaker. Okay.
The Peacemaker isn't that relevant.
Yeah. So like the fact that you could just skip out on a skill is
damage.
good. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, broken ass class, bro. To this day, it's still broken. That's how OP this shit was, is that even to this day, it's still broken. Even though it got, like, nerfed so hard, it's still broken. Straight up.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Where's Bishop? Yeah. Yeah, so I think Bishop's up there. What do you think, Tommy? I think Bishop's one of the best ones.
Yes, because at this point you already have an established account, so you have the much needed buff duration.
Yep.
Not only that, you probably could have you're probably funneling a bunch of your honor XP to your mules already at this point, so
Yep.
you can easily get perfect IA or at least get 2 out of 3 of them done. You probably mentioned this already too, but because it's a bishop, it's really easy to get into parties.
Yep.
So you could just be a blue dot champion if you really wanted to and get all the gear you needed, all the Oz rings you needed.
Yep. Like
Oh,
you,
at that
you
point,
could get your
there's
rings
just levels and
faster,
extra.
straight up. Because you can join the white jade box runs. Like
You
way
could even
easier.
liberate faster.
Yeah, you could even liberate faster too. Like everything is just more optimal on this shit. This is probably one of the most, like, one of the best ones, straight up.
Level faster too.
Yep. Exactly. Okay, I agree we're all on the same page. That's good. That's good. All right, let's move on to Blade Master, Dual Blade. So we have the rank 1, 2, and 3 Dual Blade in this VC. I'm not going to say who's who, though. But just know we have rank 1, 2, and 3 Dual Blade in the VC right now. So, like... like, if there's anything that's, like, the most accurate one, it's this one. Nah, this guy Tummy's too funny, bro. Look at this shit. This guy's too funny. Look, this guy just links in our chat.
That's crazy.
So stupid, bro.
Okay, on the real though,
I mean, I think this is the same as like Aran.
yeah, I think so too.
I think they're just, it's just like maybe slightly worse than Aran. That's the way I think about it. It's like Aran without Freud's.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
Yeah. So you want me to explain it or you explain it?
You got it, bro. You're 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah. I ain't saying which one. Okay, I'll say it's not 3. It's definitely not 3. All right, so Dual Blade. So the thing about Dual Blade is... Okay, so let's talk about training first. Or actually, no, let's talk about something even more important than all of that. You really want a cooldown hat in this class. Like, if you're going to make this a Legion champion, I would say it's definitely mandatory to get the -4 hat. Not only is it going to be really important for training, it's going to be very, very, very important for bossing, too. Like, it makes a big difference. Like, I have a -2 hat in my DB, and I watch Tommy with his -4, and I feel like a fucking idiot, bro. Because, like, after... I just feel like a dumbass. Like, I want to get the -4 because when I the difference is, so when you start your burst rotation, right? You start your Shadow Walker, Last Resort, and then you throw out a Bod NATO, and then you do your Tempest, and then you would be able to do another Bod NATO after that, then go into Ashura. But for me, I can't do that. It's not up. I have to do Ashura and then do that second Bod NATO, and that's a big fucking difference in terms of like total damage output throughout the runs. Especially, so we were talking about how many bursts you can get off, 2-minute versus 3-minute, and a 20-minute timer, right? But you could think about it in terms of like how many Bod NATOs can you get off in a 20-minute timer if you have a -2 hat versus a -4 hat. Right, so it's actually a significantly more total, which means like your total damage output will be way higher if you have a -4 hat. So it's very important to do that. So if you think about playing Dual Blade, get ready to invest in a cooldown hat because that shit is going to be very, very, very important. With that being said, if you get this cooldown hat, your training is going to be very, very easy. If you're in 2025 and you still think that Dual Blade has shit training, you need to wake the fuck up, bro. This shit does not have shit training. It has one of the best training in the whole game because it's very easy to one-shot with, and it's very easy to full clear the map with as well. But like I said, you really want to have that cooldown hat. That's very, very, very important. So moving on to like dual blade bossing, the thing that holds it back is the 90-second burst, in my opinion. That shit is so dog because not only is the boss not bound during the 90-second burst, you're also not fully protected, ideally, unless you like final cut, you're protected for like a little bit, but it's still a little bit dangerous. So like it makes it ass. The 3-minute burst and the origin burst are good, but the 90-second burst ain't that good, and the DPS is fine. That's actually a good point, Blue Six. I forgot to mention that. That's actually such a good point. In the champion mode, you take 25% less damage. That's very important because that means.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. No, I forgot about that. That's
No,
very
only
important.
Only the practice mode for champion mode.
Oh, really? Not the actual
Yeah.
champion missions? Oh,
I
what
think
the
champion mode
practice
is
clear counts as cleared.
Wait, what?
champion mode is practice mode where when you clear it, there's no rewards and you have a set duration. Like you already have like you know how in practice mode you just toggle what skills you want. Like what? Yeah, same thing as champion mode.
Okay,
Except
so
there's a
champion
20-minute
mode.
timer.
Do you take less damage or not in champion mode?
If you do take less, that's news to me. I didn't know that.
Okay. I remember reading that though. I remember reading you take less damage in champion mode. Either way though, to be honest, it doesn't make too big of a difference, but it does help specifically in this case for the 90-second burst because you're so vulnerable in the 90-second burst on dual blade. If you do take less damage, you're not as vulnerable. So like it definitely would help. But to be honest with you, you're popping Last Resort anyways, so it's like something that one-shots you, like Saren's 1, 2, 3. It's gonna fucking kill you anyways. So like it doesn't even matter. But I guess that is still worth mentioning. So the 90-second burst holds it back. The 3-minute burst is good. The 6-minute burst is good. But the problem with dual blade is at the end of the day, you definitely need an Oz ring. So if you don't hit a roar in particular, that shit is gonna be not as good. Like that shit's gonna really suck if you don't have a roar. So you better get one. Like if you're a dual blade and you're just running 4 starable rings, like that shit is not as good. Like nowhere near as good. The other thing that makes DB good is that the survivability is very, very good, especially when you learn the class. You have low cooldown iframes, you have good movement, you have a bit of lifesteal, all that shit, which is really, really nice. But what holds it back is, again, that 3-minute timer. Since it's not a 2-minute timer, it's not as good. And you're going to have trouble bursting in Dawn as well. So you don't even have that advantage. So for me, I think of it like Aran, where Aran is just like straight up easier to play. Damage is probably similar. Kit is similar, but Aran has Freud, so it's just automatically better. Yeah, that's the way I think of dual play. So I would put it just right under Aran.
I will say though, if you're not gonna bother getting like boss fams or anything like that, but you do end up getting like some kind of healing fam, that does allow you to like cheese Mihile pretty hard. Because what you would do is you place down your dummy and you only toggle fams when you need to heal. Otherwise, you just have it off.
Oh.
So that's like the one added benefit of like having
so,
DB as
yeah.
a champion, you know. But other than that, like it's pretty minor in the grand scheme of things. Like I said, I think DB at best is really just good. It's hard to really put it better than that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's unoptimal though. Just because like
I don't think it's unoptimal either.
Just the IED situation is beneficial, I guess. But
yeah, 380 defense bosses. It definitely has that advantage. It has good training. Its damage output is good. It has very good kit. Regardless, it's like everything is good except for like the timing and the 90-second burst. It ain't looking good for me though. DB's one of mine.
all good. Power creep.
All good. All right. Tell me any thoughts on, or not tell me, Phil, any thoughts on DB, or should we move on to Blaster?
We're gonna move on.
All right, so let's talk about Blaster. Unironically, I think Blaster is one of like the best classes in the whole fucking game in the future, but I don't know how much I want to value the fact that you have to like learn Blaster. You know what I mean? I don't know how much that weighs into this equation. Because if you are willing to learn Blaster, right? Like you're somebody that actually wants to learn it, I deadass think this is like top 3 pick. Unironically. But the learning curve is so high though. That's the problem.
I think it's similar to Adele in a sense where it's like the reason why we think Adele's unoptimal is just because 3-minute class, not that it's hard to play, like there's obviously some difficulty, but it's annoying to play the class because there's so much you have to upkeep and setting up your burst, it takes a while too. But for Blaster specifically, like it has everything you need. It's just that the class, it's one of those classes that is demanding of you. Like the Blaster has everything. Damage reduction, safety during your key down, micro movements while maintaining your uptime, 2-minute class, good origin burst, good burst in
consistent
general,
damage in general, like even off burst.
Great mobility, like it has like a lot of the things that you would want in a class.
You can't even get status during burst.
Yeah, there is a high learning curve. Not only that, the training after 260 is probably fine, especially because Mastery 3 and 4 just makes everything easier. Like you just have everything's just big now. All your hitboxes are big on your skills.
Dude, Blaster gets like over 30 FD from the new masteries too. Like that shit is like obscenely strong. Literally the only thing holding this class back is the learning curve. Like everything else is as perfect, optimal as you can ever imagine. That's literally the only thing. So like if you want to play this class, unironically it is one of the most optimal, you can even argue the most optimal class. But if you don't want to learn it, it's dog shit. It's so ass. It's like the most polarizing class. Like straight up. It's so ass. If you don't want to learn it, like it's garbage. Worthless to play. But if you do, it's literally the best class. Straight up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose to put it at the top. I'm going to choose to put it at the top because my logic is if somebody sees this and they're like, oh, Duky, Phil, and Jay think that this is that good. Actually, you know what? I'll just make another fucking tier. How about this? Yeah. Most optimal, but has a quirk. There you go. There you go. That's fair.
I'm down.
Yeah. I think it's fine.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. So, like, it's really good. It's just that, like, there's just something to note. That's it. There's just something to note about it. And that you have to really learn it. That's it. No. Because, like, for example, the quirk is, like... Okay, little spoiler. Like, I think Hayato is a really good pick, too. But the quirk is that it's fucking non-KMS and hard to play. But I'm biased. I don't know. That's the way I view it, though.
Also, DA is going to the same tier as Blaster. I'll just tell you that right now.
Yeah. I think DA is the same shit. Like, it's really good, but has a quirk, right? It's like one thing. Like, one little thing that makes it, like, just not
it's actually
super
two things.
OP.
For one, you have to learn. Two, like, whether you're getting an RFS or not.
Yeah. One thing, Stacy. Yep.
It's like Reggie Gigas, you know?
It's got a slow start.
But it's got slow start. You know?
It's got a slow start. But once you like
why
get
is it
past
hard to play? Okay, try it.
Why is Blaster hard to play? Go make a Blaster right now. And then report back in like a week.
The short form answer is that you're doing the same repeated keystrokes at different intervals, and those intervals determine whether you move forward or backwards.
Yeah. See, no, the thing about that is like the intervals are like backwards too sometimes. Or like they're so it's like you need your brain to work forwards and backwards. You know what I mean? It's crazy. All right, anyways, let's continue to Blaze Wizard. Yo, Blaze Wizard, I can't. Blaze Wizard, I can't, bro. Like,
Infernal Conduit.
yo,
Come on,
Blaze Wizard, I can't, bro.
don't do this.
Blaze Wizard wants to be Wind Archer so bad with its like unique cooldowns, like
Mm-hmm. Blaze Wizard, I can't. Nah, bro. Unfortunately, and this is very unfortunate because Blaze Wizard had like a up period in the history where it was like, yo, this shit ain't that bad. Now it's at the fucking bottom again. Not only is this class weak as fuck,
Bro, it was just getting a little bit of drip from the like leftovers from like the other like support classes, and people were saying, okay, I can't find these other support classes because they got hawked by like big parties.
yeah, like
Hey.
Bam and shit and Dawn Warrior. Yeah.
Hey, Blitz Wizard also has support. Let's just try with that. And then they were like, and then it was that like that for like a 1.5 patch, and then they were like, okay, you know what? No, fun time's over. Everyone just give their support back. And Blizzard was like, okay, fuck me again, I guess.
Yep. Now they're just fucked. No, again, I want to make it clear, even if something's unoptimal, you could still do it and still do the mission. You're just going to have to fund significantly more than everybody else. And that's just a fact. The other thing about Blaze Wizard, or that's like strange, I guess, is like... Oh, you mentioned it. Like their cooldowns. They have like weird ass fucking cooldowns. They can play 2 minute though, which is good though. Like that's a very good thing about them. But at the end of the day,
Yeah, I think
they also stand still
I
when
mean,
they burst, which is weird as fuck.
I think if you just like get a con ring on this class, I think you just play 2 minutes. Like press your goddess off cooldown and just play as 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
No, you're right.
There
It
are
actually
3-minute
is
classes
crazy
that already
frag
do that.
efficient. Yeah. This thing is insanely frag efficient.
I'm pretty sure like Dark Knight and Buck already do that already. Like they just use Epic Adventure and Maple Goddess off cooldown with
Mhm.
Con.
Also, Corsair also just uses con and play 2 minutes nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Even gonna be that one is even gonna be better after Mastery 3 and 4.
Mm-hmm. This class stands still and is not iframed. You're right. The thing is, they have their Jenny, right? But at the end of the day, like, it's still annoying as fuck. So
This class needs like
survivability
not-
isn't that good.
not just this class, but every keydown class needs what Blaster gets during keydown. Like just
Yes.
non-CCable damage
No,
reduction.
no, actually, Blaster Deadass gets a black shield, like straight up.
I mean, you can also just get what's that class called? Shade God. Shade Multi-Punch also has 50% damage reduction while using Multi-Punch.
Yeah,
The
but
funny thing is,
multi-punch needs
Multi-Punch
super
was-
stance.
Front. Wait, what?
It needs super stance too. Multi-punch is
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that
I mean-
shit is still not that good.
Sure, but like even when it first came out, Multi-Punch, like Force V skill first came out, Multi-Punch came out. It was like 2 second cooldown that somehow had 50% reduction. Like if your cooldown skill is only 2 seconds, I don't think you necessarily need the 50% damage reduction. While like back then there were still like classes with 10-second cooldown and you just like
Yeah, dual blade.
open for like ass during those 10 seconds.
What?
I'm cutting that out.
Redacted.
Yep. Now I have to remember to cut 2 things out of this video.
But yeah. Yes. Not good. It's not good. The thing about multi-punch is that it devolved to a point where you don't even fully channel the key down before the revamp. You would just tap it.
Yeah, now you have to channel. Now, like the 50% damage reduction is actually useful. It is actually useful in I actually do appreciate it. Now I do like Golux on that shit every single day now.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, I think we derailed.
Nah, this shit's ass, bro. This shit's ass. Don't do this. Long story short. All right.
Training's good
yeah.
though. That's
Yeah.
about it.
That's true. The training is good. The training is very good. That's very true. Unless you're Jerdicky, bro. Then this shit's ass. All right, let's continue. BowMaster. So here's the thing about BowMaster, right? I think this is one of the most like sleeper broken classes right now.
I agree. I think it's at least great pick.
Yeah,
At least.
I think it's at least here. I agree.
I think it's a minimum great pick.
I think it's like a sleeper OP class. So first of all, it's a 2-minute class, right? So their timings are good. Despite its burst being a little long, like kind of like a 30-ish second burst, I still think that's good enough for Saren. Like you can get off the whole thing in midnight as long as you're playing well. It's also very, very, very easy to duck. It's very easy to duck because you're a hurricane class.
Yeah, and there's another thing. 80% of I think literally like 80% of BowMaster damage is still going on while you're ducking.
Yes, because you have your turrets going and you have your buffs like just automatically like ticking on them.
Yeah, ring of arrows, quiver barrage, and inhuman speed are all going while you're ducking. Only thing that you're not doing is your hurricane while you're ducking. Everything else is still going.
Oh, that's really cool. Tell me link this screenshot of the distribution of classes for KMS. And BowMaster's the #1 champion mule that they're doing right now.
No, not champion mule, but like on the challenge server where you can get like, when you finish it, you get 8k Legion out of it.
Oh, okay. Never mind. That's interesting.
But that's also super easy to play. Anyone can just pick it up and go.
Yeah, very, very easy. And very easy to train too.
Like a non-main class, yeah, this is what you want.
This is like when Garen's OP on League. It's like it's like, why are you gonna pick literally anything else? You just fucking hold down one button, do more damage than everyone, and you can't die because it has lifesteal too. And you have lifesteal and you have dummies, like silhouette dummies, so like you extra can't die. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit's broken as fuck. Honestly, the more I think about it, I think it's at the top.
It is at the top. I'd said minimum great pick.
Yeah, like I don't know what are the downsides. There's no downsides. Maybe it's boring.
I mean, the movement's kind of...
No, you have a TP that you could put wherever you want.
You do, but like still, like that's what makes it. That's what saves it. Is the way I see it.
What kind of movement do you really need though? Like you have the ability to duck instantly. You have an ability to instantly reposition yourself, and you have air stall.
Like when I flash jump with BowMaster, I'm like, damn, I'm getting some airtime. Like.
Why move when you can't die?
Yeah, you just kind of stand there and hold duck. There's no reason to even move in the first place. You're right.
My fault.
Nah, all good. Yeah, shit's broken as fuck. Yeah, shit. Tell me you got DB brain. Yeah, this shit's broken as hell. I ain't gonna lie. If you want a really, really, really easy, nice time. Oh, you know what we haven't thought of? Cash shop optimal. Oh, optimal cash shop. Optimal cash shop for Vacpet when you train this character. BowMaster's an explorer. Dude, BowMaster and Bishop, bro, they're both explorers. You can share Vacpet with both of them. Whale brain.
This is low-key kind of important.
Dude, this is important because you need Vacpet when you train these characters.
They're $100 pop.
Yes, like bro, that shit's actually important.
I will say though, if they release the Legion champion slot 1 by 1, you can actually just wait for a cash off transfer event.
That's true. I just wanted to throw that in there.
Anyways,
let's continue. This shit's OP as fuck. All right, let's talk about Buccaneer. So the thing with Buccaneer is, yes, it's a 3-minute class, right? But I think Buccaneer is one of the better 3-minute classes for this. Like, I think it's like one of the really good ones because it has very safe output. It has very safe... I was like looking at chat. It has very safe damage output. Like your bursts are very good. And even while ducking, you have Lord of the Deep. You know what I'm saying? Bro, this guy tell me, bro.
It's not big 3. Like, it never was.
Buck was never big 3. Like, y'all saying that shit pissed me off today. This shit was never big 3. Buck was never big 3 in any timeline. It was big 3 if you were a noob and you were trying to get to like
a boss meal.
Yes, it was big 3 as a 220 boss meal, or if you were a noob. But this shit was never big 3, bro. Ever, bro. Like, this shit was never big 3. Nah, what did they say? They said, what did they say? Night Lord, Hero, and Buck big 3. Like, bro, what? Hero was the only one that was, like, arguable at one point, maybe. Like, that's it. Like, that shit was never a big 3, bro. It was always Bishop, Kanna, Battle Mage. The only 3 that were ever big 3.
True. 2016 big. Okay, 20.
Well, that's like 10 fucking years ago, bro.
Okay, Buck was not a class until he got Lord of Deep. Let's.
True. True. Buck Blast? Oh my god, that shit was horrible. And it caused energy from the meter too. Whatever.
Oh my! Maintain the crit damage stacks. Oh
yes,
my
the power
God.
unity stacks. Yes, you have to maintain that shit.
Bro, I almost forgot about these things.
You have to maintain power unity. You have to debuff with Dragon Strike. You have to use Nautilus Strike to get +2 lines on your Octo Punch. That shit
was bugged.
That shit was so ass, bro. Meltdown was sick as hell though. Made it worth it, bro. Pressing Meltdown made it worth it. Anyways, we're getting derailed on Buck. So because you have Lord of the Deep, you have very good efficient uptime in terms of your damage, right? Like no matter what, as long as you stick to the boss, you're gonna be doing damage. You also have defensive form, so it's gonna be hard to die on this fight, especially in Sunset. 90-second burst, 3-minute burst, you're iframed, so it's very good to get the damage output. The movement's really good. The training is good too. Nah, you know what pisses me off about Buck players too? Now I'm just ranting. Is Buck players always complain about training if they can't one-shot with Lord of the Deep. Like, just press fucking Hook Bomber, bro. Like, literally, no, I don't. Yeah, see, this guy Phil's a Buck player. This is one of his champions. I don't want to. Like, these guys are so spoiled, bro. Like,
I wouldn't want to either. I'm gonna be honest.
Bro, but it's not that bad. Like, what the fuck? Like, just press Hook Bomber. It's just like any other class. The fuck? They just want to. Like, they literally just want to stand there.
Bro, you're used to training all the way up with just Lord of Deep and jumping around, and then you enter new areas. So why am I Lord of Deep not one shotting? Bro, I don't even want to talk to these new gen like post Destiny Buck players. They don't even know how much worse it was like before pre Destiny.
Yeah, it was pretty
Lord
bad.
Deep cost energy like fucking. Like, fuck that shit. Actually, fuck that shit. When you watch that, like,
crushing
out. Unplayable.
Back in my day.
No, this is crazy, bro. Where would we put this, though?
I'm trying to think, like, is it better than Aran? Or is it...
I mean, it's just another, like, standard buffed class after the patch, by the way. Like, just another, like, you know, like 15 FD type shit. It's not getting, like, insanely strong.
It's probably better than DB.
It has really good Hexa efficiency, too, though. That's very important, actually.
Not anymore.
What? What are you talking about? Why not? Oh, because you can unload all of the vortexes, it's good now?
Yeah, it's actually a burst skill now.
Oh, really? What's the cooldown on that? Like, to get all the stacks and, like,
you get full stacks in, like, 45 seconds or something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Damn, shit has Sonic Blow now. What the fuck?
Yo, it's actually Sonic Blow.
Bro, this shit actually has Sonic Blow now. What the fuck? That's crazy. That's actually so crazy. Vortex so minimal, though. That's what I was thinking. I still think it has good frag efficiency, though, regardless, just because of the mastery. I don't know. Like, you're going to get the ball rolling faster.
Yeah, but you're going to be pumping Lord of the Deep so you can train them.
Like, First mastery is significantly better than all the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
All right, so where are we putting it? Great pick?
No.
I think it's just good.
Okay, because it's
a timer? Because I don't see this. The reason is I don't see this being better than Aran.
Okay. That's fine.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think Aran has the edge just because it has better training and also, unironically, Freud's.
Mm-hmm. No, Freud's is so good. That shit adds so much.
Because their burst rotation is pretty similar. Like, they get all their burst out in, like, 2 seconds, and then they just start punching. Except Aran's swinging instead. Like, they're very similar in terms of when they're bursting. Even their mini burst is basically the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh
I'm
yeah.
with
Avenger
that,
is
though.
good.
Yeah, I think this is fine.
All right, let's continue. Moving on to Cadena. So we all know that Cadena is gonna get way stronger, right? Like we're all aware of this, and like
I think it's already very strong right now.
yeah, it's already very strong, and it's gonna get a lot stronger too. So
Yeah.
nobody's doubting Cadena's damage output, but I feel like at the end of the day, because it's kind of annoying to play, and it's a 3-minute
3 minute.
timer, it's just not as optimal. It's just not as optimal as like something else.
Yeah.
I think if you're somebody who knows how to play Cadena, you can get a lot out of it and like get really good value because of how strong it is. But if somebody's like learning this class, you'll learn it. Sure, like you'll learn it for sure. It's not like the hardest thing in the world to play, but you probably still wouldn't be super optimized on it regardless. Also
Yeah.
the training on Cadena, like it depends on what map you're in. Like if you could portal farm, it's like actually really easy. Like once you get to Odium, but I think pre-Odium might be a little annoying. I'm thinking like I don't know how much I value the 3-minute though. Because even off 3-minute it has good damage. It's not like it's like only 3-minute. It's
I
not
will
the same
say-
as like a Merc or something or like a Night Lord.
Oh, I mean, it's still a roar class. The burst is very fat.
Yeah, the burst is very fat, but like at the end of the day, like its off burst is still good. It's not the same as Night Lord. So I don't know where to put this because part of me feels like it's a great pick because of just how strong it is outright. But then the 3-minute.
Great pick, but has a quirk.
Okay, so now
We're
great
making
pick,
another
but-
tier?
No, I'm not making
Yeah,
another
we're not
fucking
doing that.
tier. No fucking.
I
way.
think it's just good.
Okay, where would you put it in good then?
I mean, see,
Wait,
for me,
Arc
like,
is at the top of good. I'd rather play the Cadena over Arc. Even for champion.
I don't think this class is hexa efficient.
I think this class is just good.
Yeah.
Even if we were to ignore the fact that you actually have to know how to play this class, and there's a higher learning curve, I think this is just good.
You don't think it's like high damage, like can carry it out of good?
Yeah, but like the learning curve just brought it back down.
Okay, so what's an example of a 3-minute class that would be out of good? Kain?
I don't even know
Nah.
if Kain would, to be honest.
I think
Nightwalker?
Yeah, Illium for sure.
Yeah, I agree on Illium actually.
Okay, that's fine. As long
You,
as there's
you
something.
literally can duck and weave from the deer while flying and burst and dawn. And then you have Jenny and your other self iframe that's like 9 seconds.
Yeah,
like,
crystalline bulwark.
Yeah, if you have a if I have a raw like a class that's like a higher damage, a high damage doing class that can bursting dawn, then it will be that. Honestly, depending on how this goes, Aran might be moving up. No cap.
yeah, just because of Freud's.
Yeah.
Okay, let's focus onto Cadena. So where are we putting Cadena?
I think it's
Good.
good. I just don't know where.
Okay, well, it's worse than Aran, for sure. Freud's. I think it's better than
I do
Buck.
think
I
it's
got
better than
I
Buck.
I think it's
I do think it's better than Buck because
Yeah.
of the raw damage output.
yeah, I think its raw damage output has to make it better than Buck. Straight up.
Yeah.
Cuz it's just going to be strong as
Agreed.
fuck.
Agreed.
Are we moving on?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm cool with that.
Cannon Master. Chills, bro.
Kaboom! Kaboom!
I feel like this one's a sleeper.
Trying to think. So, I don't think Cannon Master's damage output is that high, right?
It's not.
But
It's not.
I think it has good cooldowns. Like, it has very good cooldowns. But it's
Isn't it just 90 seconds?
Isn't Rolling Rainbow a 90?
Yeah, we're
Rolling
rolling Rainbow
Rainbow.
3 minute now.
yeah.
Oh, it's a 3-minute now. Never mind. Because of the mastery core, right?
Oh, did they change
Yeah.
that shit? What the fuck?
Yeah, they made Rolling the Rainbow a fucking.
They made
They actually
rolling
made it a
rainbow.
real
You
skill.
You can choose to just use a small rolling rainbow every 90, or you can use a big rolling rainbow every 3 minutes.
What? You can do that?
Chills, bro. Modular skill.
Yeah, when you use that 2 stacks, when you consume both stack at once, it's a bigger rolling rainbow.
Max
Whoa.
Cannon Rainbow.
Dude, that's actually crazy.
That's what it's called. Max Cannon Rainbow.
That's actually
Yeah,
chills,
that's what I
bro.
told you like last time that you're the only 90-second class in the game at this point.
Yeah, that's actually crazy. The fuck?
CM ditched you.
I mean,
Oh, no,
there's
I
still
already have
Kain.
that pulled up, Jenna. Yeah, I already have that shit pulled up, but yeah, like its damage is low on the low end regardless, you know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah.
I don't know how good this could be. It's also a 90-second timer, which is like not as optimal. Good movement. Good training after you get your Hexa, which is funny coming from me, to be honest with you, because I fucking hate training this shit so much. But yeah, I don't know. I think this is unoptimal, Loki.
Yeah,
You think
I
it's
low-key-
unoptimal, really?
Yeah, I do.
I think it's at best good, but I think fuck, I don't.
Okay, so our lowest rated good is DB, and you don't think this thing can like?
I think it's better than DB. DB at least has like really good 3-minute and better kit.
Well, I think post mastery 3 and 4, the kind of master 3 minutes should be good enough too. Got dice.
It does have dice. That's true.
Yeah, it's got
Got
dice.
real dice.
Does have dice. Dice might save it, low key. It
It's a
does
real
have
dice,
fucking
too.
dice. That's true. It is the real dice.
It's okay. Here's the thing, though. Like, if anyone's looking at this tier list, and we're talking about M3, M4, it should be considered. No.
Yes.
Yeah, of
Because
course. M3 and
this is
4
a-
should be considered. Yeah.
So I think Cannon Master can definitely keep
Yeah,
up
yeah,
with
yeah, I think
Blade
it's
Master.
Okay. So is it better or worse than it, or is it just on the same? Like,
I think it's probably better just because of dice. I will say though, like there is like a learning curve of like baiting.
Also,
Boss.
90, I think I also think the 90 seconds is a lot foolproof to execute.
the 90-second?
Yeah.
Well, how? Oh, what do you mean? How? There's no bind.
I mean,
You just have to
Saren
make sure you're
doesn't-
in the corner. Like, that's it. If she dashes out, then you're fucked. Like, you're actually, like, obliterated if she dashes out. They did make the
No,
cannons
you-
resolve faster, though.
you stand in the corner and just shoot outside, shoot outwards.
Okay. I mean, I don't know if that's going to make all the hits hit with the bullets, though. Like, if you're standing in the corner, you're standing in the left corner in noon, you're facing right, and she's also in the left corner with you, and you shoot out all of your bullets. Will that resolve all of the bullet shots? I don't know. I don't know how fast, like, it'll
probably
resolve that shit. I feel like it wouldn't.
I think it takes
It
like
would.
4 seconds.
Yeah, I don't think it
Yeah,
would if it
it's
takes
about
4
4 seconds.
seconds. Yeah, so you're gonna
4,
have
5.
to, like jump to the right, chuck them, and then go back to the left corner and pray right after it dashes, so the dash is on cooldown.
Hmm.
Okay, well, like that's just something that you would
Yeah,
have
that's
to
a
deal
skill
with.
gap, yeah.
Like yeah, you would know how to do that.
Mhm.
Like you would just know how to do that.
Okay, that's fine. It's not even an issue then. No big deal. I actually dual blades probably 90 seconds probably harder to execute then. Because once you're in
mean,
Tempest, like
the-
that's it. Like you can't do shit.
Yeah, but you always Final Cut before, so for 3/4 of it, you're safe.
Okay. Can Final Cut iframe lag?
No, it's
no,
an iframe.
No iframe can lag.
Swear to God, I've had my iframes lag before. Swear to
Okay,
God.
bro. Like you say this all the time.
Swear to
Like,
God.
I had mission canceled on DB. Toby doesn't know this one. Like, okay, bro.
Bro, what? You're talking to the #1 DB right now.
It's still on.
Yeah, I'm down to put it at good.
Sure. Boom.
If anything, it could be like tied. I don't know. I think Dice probably puts it higher though.
Okay.
Dice, the only CD hat.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
I guess in exchange for having to do a CD hat, you just gotta learn how to burst better. Like learn how to play like know about the nuances of how to set up
Mm-hmm.
and how to bait the boss.
All right. Let's move on to Corsair then. All right. What do we think of Corsair?
I don't remember the cooldowns of this class.
They fixed them, no?
No.
No?
It's 75. It's 45, 75,
Still?
30, and 180,
What the fuck?
and 90.
But I guess they only fixed one of them, right?
Yeah,
the bullet party's 90 now, right, or whatever it's called.
No, bullet party is 75.
There is
What?
no
I thought they made it
75.
90.
What the fuck?
No, hyper's 90. They changed hyper from 120 to 90.
I thought they fixed. I could have sworn they fixed that shit. I could have
Okay,
sworn
it's
they
probably
fixed.
it's probably 90 seconds now then.
Okay. Like I'm pretty sure they just are nice now.
Okay, let me read.
Skyfill fell off, bro.
Let me read what Ho sent me earlier.
Yo, I'm pretty sure Corsair gets a big FD gain from the patch too. From the upcoming balance patch. Like they're one of the bigger ones.
Yeah, Headshot got a mastery core finally.
Yeah, Brain Scrambler. That shit is I'm pretty sure they got like 20 FD or some shit. Like it's a really good one. So let's talk about Sarah's training and something that's very important about Corsair that I want to mention in case you guys want to play it. If you want to play Corsair, keep in mind that this class is a lot of micro. So like you're gonna have to be replacing summons, constantly pressing your brain scrambler on a low cooldown. I just hit myself with the mic. So like if you don't want that type of play style, then you're probably not gonna like it. But I just want to give you guys a warning for that. And then the other thing is that the training for Corsair is really easy and really nice. So like, and it has real dice. So like, it's good. Very, very good training. So you don't have to worry about any of that.
Ho said right now at the current patch, the damage output diff between playing 3-minute and 2-minute is about 6%. So playing 2 minutes, 6%, only 6% lower than playing it as 3-minute.
Mm-hmm.
But post the new masteries, it's gonna be basically the same, if not better. Playing
Wow.
as 2-minute.
That's crazy. That's really good to hear then. That means this shit can be played as 2-minute.
Yes.
With a comp?
Yes.
Okay. That's really good then. This thing's probably a great pick then.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yo, W. Sair. First great pick.
That's what I was told as well. He's recommending those two people as a meal, as a Legion champion.
And can you say who that is real quick?
It's Ho. It's the rank 1 Punch King Corsair.
Rank 1 punching Sair, bro. Chills. Ho. Anybody got any problems with this or no?
Nope. Might have to make a Corsair.
Loki.
Lel.
Corsair tier above Cadena, bro. Like, just go back in the video, bro. Like, you don't know what we were talking about. You don't know the context. Nah, you guys are actually, bro. I'm pulling it up, bro. I'm actually pulling this shit up. Hold on. You're pissing me off now, bro. You're pissing me off, guys. Stop giving off this vibe, bro. Stop. You're pissing me off, bro. Yo, it's me. All right, let's continue. Dark Knight. Chills. What do we think of Dark Knight?
I not gonna lie, I think this was also a great pick.
Yeah. Even though it's 3 minute?
It's a 3 minute that has a very consistent damage output and can burst in dawn.
It's like an easier Demon Avenger, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And can easily burn bursting dawn. There's a difference between you're very tanky and not able to die in dawn and can just burst versus you're completely iframe in dawn, because one, you're still the white shield is going up.
Yep.
The other one, the white shield is not even going up.
Mm-hmm. You're getting
And-
more efficient shield break.
Yeah.
What do we think? Okay, so Dark Knight in the future is getting it's getting a good buff from M3, M4. Like, it's not like insane one like anything like Blaster, but it's like another standard like good buff from M3 and 4. So it's gonna maintain its strength even in the upcoming patch. So you don't have to worry about it falling off necessarily. What do we think of like Dark Knight training?
It gets better because of the Master Core,
Yes.
I think.
Because your cooldown skill that you rotate, your FMA cooldown FMA, your rotate is getting bigger hitbox and all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Evil Eye Shock, I believe, was what it's called. And then the other thing that's very important to mention about Dark Knight is you definitely need a cooldown hat. You definitely need your inner ability, attack speed, and buff duration. So, like, if you plan on playing this, whatever upcoming patches that have, like, honor medals, probably chuck them on the Dark Knight. It'll most likely need it more than everything else.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind.
Oh.
I'll put it in great pick. That's fine.
Very great
DK
pick.
50 bill hat. Yep. All right, let's talk about a not so great pick. Dawn Warrior.
And this is like a low damage. Well, not low damage. Like, yeah, don't pick this.
Yeah, Dawn Warrior
Warrior.
finally ate too many crayons. That's what happened.
Yeah. Ate too many crayons. It's a great way to put it. Yeah. Just pushed. It's like Homer Simpson. You know what I'm talking about?
Like, you shoved too many up his nose?
Yeah, he shoved too many up his nose. Now he's like fucking brain dead. Like, there's just too many. Mm-hmm. Fall from Grace class. Yeah. So not only is the Dawn Warrior damage output not too amazing these days, it's also a 3-minute class, so it doesn't have the right, or not the right in per se, but the most optimal setup for Callus and Kaling, which kind of sucks. This is also a back-ended burst class. I want to point that out. So that shit is like not it. Being back-ended burst, that shit is not it, because it, let's say your midnight is like, or well, actually it doesn't matter, but like at the end of the day, like it's just more annoying than getting your burst off right away. Because if you're back-ended burst, that means if it's a real min cut run, like you can get punished pretty hard on your last burst. Because then you're not gonna be able to get it off full time. You're gonna have to like do it early, which is kind of annoying. Dawn Warrior training is brain dead though. It's very easy to play and very easy to train. But I think because it's a 3-minute class that doesn't have like great damage, I can't see it be higher than I think it's on optimal straight up.
Yeah, it is on optimal.
Mm-hmm.
Dawn Warrior is interesting because the sickness goddess is back ended too, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's
it is.
like a baby Sakuno. Like,
Yeah, it scales
As-
up damage percent.
Like a dog shit Sakuna.
Mm-hmm.
it's
Slightly better
Yeah.
after reboot is no longer like damage passive, but still dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
Its solo play is fine. The fact that it's backloaded in solo play is not that bad. In party play, it's awful that,
Mhm.
that it's backloaded. But that's not that's less of an issue now because Ozring isn't affected by benediction anymore. So even when Ozring expires, like it doesn't matter for Dawn Ray that much anymore. But yes, for min cut clears, like it's really bad to be backloaded class, just because you have to be on top of popping your cooldowns, and also things like even Mercedes will matter between 200 and 250. I think unoptimal makes the most sense. Like its mobbing is still great, of course. Like everything we've said about Dawn Ray that was good back then is still true in terms of mobbing. In fact, I think it got better mobbing now just because of M3, M4. But it's not enough. It's not enough. It's holding hands with Blaze Wizard.
That's funny. It is holding hands with Blaze Wizard. It's frag efficient though. But like I still don't think it's enough. It is very frag efficient though. You don't even have to like do like 2 of your skills. Okay. Want to continue?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Demon Avenger. So we said earlier that we're gonna put Demon Avenger in most optimal, but has a quirk. So Demon Avenger has very good DPS. It's a 2-minute class. Its damage output is very, very high. It gets a good buff from the next Mastery 3 and 4, but it's also very easy to train. So all of these things are very, very good on Demon Avenger. But the main thing that you have to consider when playing Demon Avenger is, first of all, it's very strong when you have something called level 29 Demon Frenzy. And if you don't know what that means, they have a skill called Demon Frenzy. Demon Frenzy, right? That's the correct skill. Yeah, Demon Frenzy. They have a skill called Demon Frenzy that gives them, long story short, it gives you a final damage buff, but it depends on what level the skill is. So if you put it in a +4 V Matrix slot, it would be level 29. So you get the most optimal, or you get the highest amount of final damage from the skill. But what that means is you're at really low HP all the time. So it makes it a lot harder to play the class. And if you were to put it in a +5 V Matrix slot, so 25 from the skill when it's max nodes, and then 30, you're unkillable, but you do, I think, 30% less final damage. So
35.
35%. Yeah. So like that's like a very, very big nerf. No, so like if you were 30 Frenzy, Demon Avenger, it wouldn't be most optimal. No, it would go down for sure. But it's a big difference. Like you definitely want to learn the 29 Frenzy. On top of that, you would ideally want to have a Rune Force Shield. I think even if you don't have RFS, it's probably really good still. But if you have it, then it would be even more OP.
Yeah, I don't know.
Even
Oh yeah,
more
they
OP.
got changed to 20 FD. They got
20?
they alleviated that. But still, I think the issue with not having RFS is like I think the run's literally like a lot slower without it because
I mean, it's a
10
big
views long,
difference. 10
Yeah,
FD
very,
is a
very good.
lot, especially on DPS. Like you feel that. That's a big difference. Yeah, if you want to make that's a good point. If you want to make a DA, gear them to H Damien as soon as possible. Like straight up. Get those clears in ASAP. So that's the only thing. So like if you're willing to, spend a lot of time learning the boss and practicing DA and all that shit, then it's really, really good. If you don't, then suffer. And suffer. Its origin's good too. Oh, you know what's cool about DA actually? DA probably has less of a funding requirement than other classes because you can go 22 Abso. Like specifically for H Saren. Right?
Yeah, so I think that is important to mention because if you do choose Demon Avenger as one of your champions, you will eventually get to the point where you want to be doing the end call solo, which means you're going to be progressing Eternals, which means you can literally go from Apsos to a full set of Eternals. This is one of those rare opportunities in the game that allows you to do something as ridiculous as this. The reason why is because, as you mentioned, Demon Avenger has this passive where it gets bonus damage from reaching certain Star Force thresholds.
Yep.
So the base damage between Absol and Arcanes is much more important for classes outside of Demon Avenger, but because of that passive, it allows you just kind of take a little bit of a shortcut, have a cheaper option of still getting a really strong character in the end. Like that passive is really nice to have. Also, like items such as Dominator Pendant have a way bigger power spike for you.
Yeah, 10%
because that
health.
item, yeah, it comes with 10% health.
Mm-hmm. Like straight up. So like you don't even have to like try and get like daybreaks and shit all the time. Like the
And-
funding requirement is just easier, straight up. And HP is easier to roll. I said it.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's flame. Your flames are a lot easier to get.
Mm-hmm.
You only need to really look at 2 stats, HP and attack.
Mm-hmm.
Strength and all stat is kind of like it's tertiary. It's even smaller for Demon Avenger, I think, than it is for Dual Blade and Shadower.
Mm-hmm.
But also, Demon Avenger, you have access to the best in slot soul really early on.
Yeah. Max HP soul.
Yeah, the Eufenia soul.
Mm-hmm.
You can start progressing that really, really early on.
Yeah, so like the funding requirement on this is like pretty significantly lower, to be honest with you. So I think it's like, yeah, that's very important to mention. So I think it's good in this spot. It's optimal, but you need to know some shit about it. All right, moving on.
Same shit.
Demon Slayer. All right, let's move on to Demon Slayer. What's this? What's the same shit? Like your RFS?
Yes.
RFS and also
Like you think it's here?
I legit think these two classes without RFS is literally just 1 tier weaker.
yeah, I think so too.
I also like this is the quirk also being that like it's a very non-vanilla playstyle that you're adapting when you're playing these classes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Honestly, I think DS is OP as fuck, to be honest with you. You can just TP farm. Like you'll get higher level than other champion mules. No? Like you'll get more frags.
Honestly, I think it's almost
the link
optimal.
that came in the chat, the DS is the longest list on.
Yeah.
I think Demon Slayer is unironically most optimal. Even like even if you don't have the fucking Rune Force Shield,
That's where I was gonna put it. I was
because
gonna
you
put it
will
even
get
with
one
RFS.
eventually.
Hopefully.
You just fucking TP farm, bro. Like it's
No, but
actually
like
so crazy.
No, unironically,
No,
I think the TP farming is so broken because like you don't the class funds itself and you could get like fucking 285 while everyone else is like 277 or something. And you'll have
You
like
can,
so
but
many
then
more
you're-
frags.
Yeah, that is true, but there's literally people like just never gets RFS.
Yeah, but they could still do Saren in no time, even without the RFS.
Yeah, they can still do Siren.
They could do Kalos in under 20 with no RFS. Like, I actually think because this shit can TP farm, like, you just have such a crazy advantage. Like, unironically. Maybe the one thing to mention is, like, you have a higher risk of getting banned if you're not paying attention. Like, I think that's important to
crazy.
mention, to be honest with you. Like, you're probably going to get reported a lot. Like, unironically.
Yes, don't succumb to the fucking.
Yeah, don't sip too
the
much
voices,
Kool-Aid,
dude.
bro. Yeah.
Like, understand that you have this privilege, but don't fucking abuse it that you fucking lose it all in the end.
Yeah, you start, like, taking naps and shit. And, like, oh, I'm going to just take, like, a 30-minute nap real quick and let it run. Like, don't do that shit. You'll get more than 10 FD from infinite frags than you would with RFS. That's what I'm saying. That's literally what I'm thinking. Like, you'll also prog the
but
character
then-
faster because you're
Yo,
farming
at the
more.
end of the day, this is not your main. Anytime you're spending on this character is the time that you're not spending on your main.
Yeah, but you should only interact with the system when your main's done, in my opinion, regardless.
No. This is like, for example, like this system. I in my opinion is like better than like think about like full double priming or entire main and all that.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Okay, what level do you think your main should be before you start like investing in Legion champions?
290.
I think 290 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we all agree at 290. Okay, so if you're level 290, that means probably everything else on that character is resolved besides full double prime. Like you're probably full
let me
22
put it
max
this way.
frags.
Let me put it this way. We named that tier list. We named that specific tier as something that is no doubt about the strength of the class. Literally the definition of that title of the tier that you give it. So we have no problem with the strength of the class and how good it is to perform as a role. But it has a quirk. What was a quirk? Like not everyone is that type. Like not everyone wants this to be just TP farming on the shit like 24/7.
Bro. I find it very hard to believe that if somebody gets Janice and you teach them how to TP farm with a controller, they're not going to do it. Okay, you know what? I'm okay with keeping it in this tier because I don't even think... I think there's other shit. Like, unironically, I really think that the fact that this class gets reported more is something worth mentioning. Like, I'm not even trolling. Like, I think you're going to have to deal with white rooms more than other classes. So it's like...
That's a quirk.
Like, that shit legit is a quirk of playing the class. Like, straight up. Like, you run the risk of getting banned. You run the risk of getting banned. Like, that's very dangerous. Straight up. It's actually crazy. Alright, whatever. I mean, we agree. This shit is broken as fuck regardless. Just be careful. That's it.
Yeah.
Alright, let's move on to Evan. This shit is unoptimal as fuck.
Yeah.
Evan?
Yeah.
Bro, this shit is so unoptimal. So, the thing about Evan is, not only do you have to be really good at the class to play it optimally, right? It's also very micro and, like, input annoying. Like, straight up. So, you could kind of think of it like Blaster. I think Blaster's probably more, especially with the new combo. But you don't even get rewarded for it. Like, you just get fucked for it instead. So, like, what's the point of playing this shit? Its training is nice. There's that, I guess. I think it's on the lower end of the amount of FD you get from the next M3, M4 too, by the way.
I have no idea.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it is. Like, it's not like... I'm not saying it's good nothing, but I'm pretty sure it's on the lower end, like, less than the average.
I will say, though, DPM is very strong, though. Off burst is very, very strong.
Yeah, the off burst is good. So it's not like a brain-dead 3 minute.
Also, you can burst in Dawn because of Freud's. But still, don't play this.
That's true. That's true. You have Freud's, which is good. You have 3 minute, which is not good. The DPS is really good. But the thing with the DPS is you have to be really good at the class to get good DPS. Like, you have to, like, really know what you're doing.
The 3 minute Freud argument, though, bro, I'd rather play around. Like,
yeah, if you're gonna play a 3 minute, might as well play around.
I play around over this shit, dude.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Like, actually, this shit, Phantom and Lumi, like, they all have Freud's, but they're all 3 minute and shit. So it's
Phantom, not Phantom, and Lumi, although it's a 3 minute class, it's only
2 minute,
has one 3 minute skill, and that skill, when you BA, it doesn't even show up on the first page.
Well, the lib orbs?
Yeah, the lib orb is like
10%.
Like, it's not even 10%. It doesn't even show up in your first page.
I see.
Yeah, you play Lumi as 2 minute.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
you play Lumi as 2 minute.
That's cool.
Same thing as Corsair. Corsair also only has one 3 minute skill. That the Nautilus Strike or whatever the fuck that skill is. It's just weak as fuck.
Okay, that's fine. Are we okay with Evan there?
Yes.
All right, let's move on to Fire Poison.
Top tier. That should just go straight into most optimal.
Really?
Yes. If you're playing into that
You're
level,
such a liar, bro. What are you talking about?
what do you
How
mean?
on earth is this shit most optimal?
Because it's strong and it's literally like Saren's father.
What?
This class literally Saren is FPC, like literally.
No, that's actually so crazy. That's actually so crazy. Saren's father. No, that's actually so disrespectful to Saren. What the fuck? That's actually so crazy.
Yo, Saren's FPC.
Okay, state your case. Like, explain.
Okay, so first of all,
TP classes are just naturally better in Saren, first of all.
Okay, I agree. Okay, let's say what's really good about FP. Training is really good. Consistent damage is really good. Touch cancel, especially in Saren, is very, very good. Very useful. Now let's talk about what's bad. Its damage is not as high as you think. Like, I don't know why you think this thing is broken as fuck. This is like middle of the pack damage, first of all. Second of all, it's so micro heavy and annoying to play. Like, this shit is like very micro. Like, you have to press like 5 buttons every fucking second. Like, it's annoying as shit. That's one. Another thing, it has no iframe. Straight up. Which is also annoying. Also, you need to have... Well, actually, the Legion thing isn't that big of a deal, but honestly, you almost need event buffs to play this class properly because of how much buff duration you need. Like, this is, out of the 3 mages, this is the one that needs the most buff duration because you need to have Infinity up 100% of the time. Like, it's not like you could get away with it like IL and just do it only on your burst, or most of it on your burst. You need to have your shit up all the time. This Origin does no fucking damage at all. This shit does nothing. That's the other thing. Also... you need a cooldown hat. Like, you need like as much cooldown as possible too, for it to feel really good. For me, I just think it's a great pick, but I don't think it's most optimal. That's the way I look at it. When I think of most optimal, other thing is like you could definitely miss your fucking Poison Nova if the boss moves around. Like, that shit is so annoying. Especially in Kalos.
I don't even know if it's a great pick. I want to be real.
Okay, why?
Like if we were to put it into great... Like, if you were to put it into great pick, are you putting it at the top of great pick?
I'd put it above Dark Knight.
Like, I kind of feel like... Dark Knight might be better.
I think Dark Knight's cooldowns hold it back from being better than FP.
Also,
I think touch cancel is broken.
Your Dark Knight can burst and dawn.
One other thing that I need to mention here is that E-Form is like one of the most broken things in Saren.
Why? Because of test?
Because you can easily you can safely gauge with E-Form during test.
What does that mean? I actually don't know. What does that mean?
When you fail test, it resets your gauge. But you also lose.
But you lose midnight. Why would you want to fail the test? You just want to reset your gauge?
If you're already max gauge going to sunset, then you should just do that.
Okay. That's true. Might as well. I think it's run above Dark Knight, straight up. This is one of the ones I'm doing myself. I've been playing it quite a bit, and like, I already play an annoying class Hayato, and like this shit is, it reminds me of Hayato. Like, you just have to like constantly press shit all the time.
I think this is easier than Hayato.
Well, I think Hayato's burst is harder, but I think this thing's consistent damage uptime is much harder than Hayato. Like, what you have to do to get optimal output is harder. Like, if you miss your Poison Nova, which happens, like, that shit actually happens. Like, the boss just moves, and, like, there's nothing you could do about it. And, like, you just miss one of your big skills all the fucking time. Maybe I'm just ass. Low-key. Maybe I'm just ass. Maybe that's the problem. Also, this thing has the worst fucking touch cancel. Just want to point that out. Should last, like, no time.
Yeah,
you still need to use that skill off cooldown.
That's true. You're spamming that shit off cooldown regardless.
We all don't agree with where to place it.
Oh, only one of us here plays FP.
Okay, I mean, in that case, you can decide.
I mean, yeah, if that's the deciding factor, you can put it where you want to put it then.
Nah, now I feel mean. Infernal Venom.
Like Dark Knight and FP require the exact same resources.
Yeah, and I think FP would perform better. with those resources. No, so here's the thing. I think if I were to put it in most optimal, it would give off the vibe that like it's the same as fucking BowMaster, Bishop, and AB, which I really don't think it is. I think those three are just like significantly better than FP. Or even if you don't want to count AB as significantly better, at least Bishop and BowMaster are way better.
I don't know about AB.
Yeah, Bishop and BowMaster at least are way better than fucking FP for sure. So like
No, AB's better than FP.
no, I agree. AB's better, but like I would say like the first two are way better.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah. Exactly. So like I kind of just want to put in great pick just so like it doesn't give off that vibe of like, oh wow, FP is really like the most broken shit in the game. Because I don't think it is.
Here's I'll be the deciding factor. Like I think it's probably a great pick, and it probably is better than Dark Knight because based on what bosses exist right now, like calling is probably going to be a boss you have to fight for a champion at some point, which also means
you're probably
at some point it's going to be Limbo.
Guys. Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably going to be at some point you're going to have to solo Limbo, and in that case, 2 minute is just way fucking better.
Yeah, FP in particular would be better, regardless. But the thing is, it's a little unfair to like consider that because we didn't do that for other classes. Like, consider like the future of the game. I think FP definitely is more future-proof, for sure though. Just because of the nature of the class, you can fit into any slot. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it here. That's fine. That's not a bad pick. Like, that's still a really good spot. You need a count, though. Shit's super important. It's very important. Like, even if you have a roar and a weapon jump, like, it really doesn't do that much. Like, I'd probably rather just wear the stat ring. Are we good?
Yeah.
All right, let's continue. Hayato. What do we think?
Quirk.
Tell me.
I
actually have a lot of thoughts about this too.
It's hard to say. I think it's hard to say. Like, I can see why you would want to put it as most optimal, but as a quirk.
I can see it in like unoptimal too, though.
Yeah, I think but okay. But the reason why we have it wouldn't be non-optimal just because like. Or I mean, okay, I guess it's a KMS non-KMS class.
Mm-hmm.
It's backloaded as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
You
can get banned.
Second mastery was a dud.
You can get banned, bro said.
No, like you legit can. Remember that day where Hydos and Kannas were all getting banned? Like that's a real.
I thought it was just Kanna.
No, it was Hydos too. Like at least a dozen Hydos like reported that shit.
I think it's because like Hydos also just play Kanna because they share cash.
Yeah, because it's the same cash.
Oh, is that why?
Yes.
Wait, what do you mean share cash shop? Like, is that
as
the
in
reason
like
why
if you're playing Kanna or Hayato, you're more likely to play the other one as well. Is what I'm saying.
Okay. I thought you were saying the cash shop.
Actually, the other way around. Actually, the other way around. I think most Hayato players also have a very strong Kanna, but not the other way around.
Oh, 100%.
I don't think Kanna players will like just be.
100%.
I don't think the Kanna player will just be playing Hayato. Like
I think Kanna players have a second Kanna instead of a Hayato. Like straight up. Like unironically. Like no one wants to play this shit, low key.
Yeah, it's just unoptimal.
I don't know,
That's
bro.
my pick.
I don't know because I think of Blaster, right? Where like Blaster has like this big quirk to it where you have to learn it.
Yeah, but Blaster doesn't have a chance of getting banned. Blaster doesn't have a chance of getting deleted.
Okay, but you don't have a chance to get banned on Hayato if you don't play Kanna though. Like I didn't play Kanna, and I was safe.
But it's a non-KMS class.
That's true. Oh, like, you know, so the other thing is you don't even know the M3, M4 for this shit. It could be ass.
Yeah, that's why I said M2 is a dud.
Yeah. But I don't know. The thing is, this class is so like roll of the dice. Like it could be like a top 3 class, one patch, and then dog shit the next patch. It's like I don't even know. I don't know where to put this, bro. That ass.
It's unoptimal.
Phil, thoughts?
I still think this just strong as fuck.
Yeah, I think its output is good, but not only is its output hard to get off, I think its kit is crazy and its damage output is really good, but it's really hard to play optimally. But it is non-KMS. You don't know what your M3, M4 is, and like there's just, you're always bugged. Like Susanoo was bugged for like over 3 months, like straight up.
Oh, is it fixed now?
Yeah, it's fixed now. But like that, but shit like that can happen though. You know what I
I
mean?
thought it was good luck, but that's funny.
Nah, shit like that can happen though, which is mad annoying. So it's like, I don't know.
Okay, to be fair, even KMS classes were bugged for like months. Like Zero only recently was able to liberate, right? Like,
I guess so, yeah.
but I just think it's unoptimal. Like you the advantage of KMS classes is that we're in GMS. We get to see what the fuck's going on in KMS 6 months ahead of time. 6 to 9 months ahead of time.
Okay, do you think if let's just entertain this thought of like Hayato not gonna get M3, M4, like period. Like, what would it be then?
Optimal.
I feel like it's still strong even without it. Maybe I'm just fucking delusional, bro.
I think it's strong. I don't think it can like just afford to like just lose 15% FD though.
Yeah,
I'm fine with playing optimal for the reasons you guys listed.
I think it's
but,
unoptimal. I think being non-KMS is too heavy, bro. Like that shit is like.
This is a long-term investment, man. Like,
yeah, can I really sit here and honestly say like, yo, make a Hayato? Like, I don't think I can, bro. Like maybe if you wanna like dip your feet a little, make like a C10A boss meal or something, sure. But like to make a character, get it to potentially 280, you're gonna have to deal with all the annoying things that a Hayato main deals with. And there's so many of them. Like there's so many annoying things about it that makes it fucking horrible to play. Straight up.
bro, like if you're that
Training
down
is so
bad
good though.
to fucking wield Nippon Steel on a fucking
Yeah.
2D mushroom game, like there's better games to
1,000
play
folds,
that.
bro. 1,000 folded.
You could play a
steel.
different game instead if you really wanted to do that. Like, it's just unoptimal. We can move on.
All right, hero. I think this shit is right below arc. Actually, I don't even know, to be honest with you, because okay, so
I think it's lower than. I don't know, man.
I don't know. So the thing with hero is it's 2 minute and it's a very easy class to play and it's easy to get the burst off and all that shit, right? And it's good. It's good at training.
Is it good at training?
Yeah. That shit is not a problem anymore, bro. The
Really?
new, yes, bro. The new fucking masteries are broken as hell.
Okay.
Like Raging Blow Mastery and Rising Rage Mastery make that shit so easy. And the Burning Soul Blade, like, it's not like the shit old one anymore. The problem with Hero, though, is that its damage output is, like, not
Low.
good. That's the problem. So, like, even though it has good timing and good, like, efficient output of the skill, the raw numbers aren't high. Also, its origin is dog shit. So, like, that shit holds it back so much. Like, I can't... Like, this shit's probably worse than some of the 3 minutes.
And they nerfed it.
Yeah, it is. This shit is worse than some of the 3 minutes, straight up. Like, I think it's right above CM.
Where's CM again? I'm blind.
Right here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think this is just good. Like putting something as a great pick means that you're recommending this.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if something
I'm
is a
not
great pick,
recommending
like,
this to anyone.
yeah, I
Don't
would
do
not
this,
recommend this to anyone either. Straight up. I wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, like, when you're fucking Hexa,
Text is efficient.
your fucking Hexa World Weaver is just 40 FD in that skill and nothing else. No perk, no cooldown reduction, no extra charge. Like this says a lot about the feature of this.
The big three are going to be next to each other? No, spoiler. I'm putting Night Lord in fucking unoptimal, bro.
Yes, it is.
Spoiler, bro. They're not going to be next to each other.
Like, if you want to play a warrior, I straight up think Dark Knight is better than this.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. Oh, the best warrior is fucking Blaster, bro. Straight up. Or Demon Slayer.
Oh, I'm talking about like Explorer warrior.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's move on to Hoyoung.
Optimal.
You think it's unoptimal, like straight up? You think it's that bad?
It's like
Backloaded, 3 minutes,
exact same reason as
annoying
Adele. Like,
setup.
it has the exact same problems as Adele.
Yeah, that's true. I think it's stronger than Adele, though.
You can miss your bind.
That shit's like, nah. That shit, there's no way people still... the bind is not like...
You can just use Earth of Bind.
Yeah, you just earn a bind, and then
No,
also
but the Hoyoung bind is what 11 seconds long, isn't it?
I don't know, but I don't think it shoots out anymore. I think it just instantly, like as soon as you press it, it just instantly comes out. Like
Nah, it
Urda
still
bind.
shoots out just way faster.
Oh, okay, it's just faster. I see. It's 11 seconds. Okay. Yo, it's Tummy in the chat. Holy shit. Tummy alt.
Okay, redacted. I'm gonna start. I need to start saying that more, dude. Like you don't even know what I'm saying anymore. It's just redacted.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, I'm about to just like speak in bleeps. I'm about to get a bleep sound effect.
I'll just stop talking to you.
Okay, then I won't know what you're saying.
Okay, unoptimal.
Okay, unoptimal. Okay. Let's like explain a little bit. Okay, so it's back-ended because it has a skill called Wrath of Gods, right? That like it does a bunch of, it's like a 30-second buff that just does a bunch of damage, and then at the end of it, you can recast it to do like a big explosion of damage. I think its origin is also like that too, where it's like one part and then the second part.
But Origin's quick though. It's
No,
Yeah, the
Origin's
origin's
just a key
quicker
down.
though. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
the thing. The origin's a key down too. Like what the?
They made Hoyoung so much easier to like set up and shit now though. Like I want to point that out. Like when they press their tonic, which is like a low cooldown nowadays, like they just have unlimited max energy. Like they can just do everything like quickly. So it's not as bad to set up anymore, but it is still like a setup class regardless though. It's just not as bad anymore.
From what I was told, skill sequence didn't really help them that much either. Because
Yo, I forgot about skill sequence, bro. BowMaster's so OP, bro. Oh, it's in for 2 seconds? Oh, I thought it was longer than that. Never mind. Young
yeah,
culture.
it's just like the mobbing is pretty good. For
Yeah,
sure.
it's easy to train for sure.
It's just not a good champion.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
Fortunately.
I think the 3 minute takes away too much from it, though. To be honest with you, like that shit is so bad.
It's the nail in the coffin. It's a 3-minute class,
Yeah.
back-ended, fucking huge setup that you got to do.
Mhm.
And if the boss dashes while you're setting up, GG, bro. Like your tiger's not hitting
like
shit.
it's actually GG.
Yeah, Phil's not hitting it.
If Phil's not hitting it, the fucking whirlpool ain't hitting it. Like
Mm-hmm. I agree. Okay, let's continue. Ice Lightning. Man, I fucking hate this class so much, bro. I actually don't even think its damage output is that bad. Like, straight up. But I just think it's annoying as shit to play. IL. Yeah, IL.
I think this is minimum great pick, personally.
Yeah, the thing is, like, it has 1 minute and 2 minute bursts, right? So, like, the timings are good. I just think... I'm just biased, I guess. Like, I just don't like playing it. Like, it's just annoying as fuck to play. But... I do think it's a great pick, though. Like, I wouldn't put it in good. It has good timings and good bursts. Like, that alone is really good.
I think
The cooldown is carrying it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cooldowns but the damage output isn't bad either, though. So it's like... It has good training. It has good cooldowns.
it goes crazy
and good damage
in
output.
Kalos.
Yeah, it does.
With Ice Age.
Your Ice Age hits like fucking 4 times more.
Yep.
The big minus for me, the origin, I'm blind.
Yeah, that shit's annoying as fuck, bro. I've seen Ice Lightnings play. I've seen videos. You can't see shit, bro. It's like the Night Lord one.
The boss turns blue too.
Mm-hmm. And all your skills are blue. This is a must-have custom boss buff UI class. You must have it for Infinity, or you can't see shit. Keep that in mind. Any future Ice Lightning babies watching this, get the custom buff.
He's talking about buff favorites.
Yeah, buff favorite settings, options, UI, buff favorite settings. Set that shit up with your Infinities. All right, we're continuing.
Yep.
Okay. Illium. Chills. What do we think of Illium? This is
I
a
think
strong
it's
as
a
fuck
great
class
pick.
too.
If
I
Dark
think
Knight's
it's
a
a
great pick, Illium has to be a great pick.
Yeah, of course. No, I think it's much better than Dark Knight too. I think it's better. It's the best great pick if we were to put it there.
So far.
Strong as fuck.
Yeah,
Maybe
so
so
far.
far.
Yeah, so far. Do we think it can go in most optimal or no?
Hmm.
This
I think
thing can play
considering-
2-minute.
What? Really?
Mm-hmm.
What's its 3-minute cooldown?
I mean, it doesn't. I mean, it's just a laser. For the laser, that's not important. It's literally just about like how many flies you're getting in a certain amount of.
Mm-hmm.
Fly is the bigger part because this is a con class, so you just want to fly as much as possible. Honestly, I'll call this class as like just the cooldown is just how fast you can fly again.
Mm-hmm. And how low can that cooldown be?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying like I'm asking you. Like, and how low can that cooldown be?
I mean, you can have a fly cycle every 30 to 40 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
What?
That's crazy. 30 to 35. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, that is insane.
What?
That's crazy. Like, that's so broken, bro.
I might need the hyper burn Illium. What the hell?
Tell Illium.
Yo, Santolian.
Santolian.
It's like a fucking it's like a drug, dude.
Santolium.
Yo, Santolian is crazy.
That's Trillium, dude.
Santolium. It's like a element.
Okay, dude.
No, it's funny.
Yeah. So from what I remember, the mobbing is great. No, like
Oh,
you
it's
just
so
have,
broken. Yeah.
You have summons. It's like you have Luminous, but not really, but kind of.
Mm-hmm. I think this can go in most optimal Loki.
What does the goddess give them?
This is the Flora goddess.
I don't remember
Oh.
what that gives.
Oh, but it gives different ones for different floras. Who knows the Illium goddess? Because they have different ones for depending on which one you play.
It's a verdant, right? Not
I
a
don't
flora.
know. It's attack.
It's attack.
Okay,
So it was like 80 attack or something, or 40 attack. I don't remember.
look it up. $80 attack. Converts attack to or magic attack to or attack to magic attack, yeah.
I see.
Okay. I think it could go in most optimal, straight up.
Really?
Yeah. What are the downsides?
I mean, even if you put it, I'm pretty sure the most optimal is the quirk.
What's the quirk?
The fucking 30-minute quest line at the very
place
start.
The ball and hit the ball
You have to hit the ball
and place the ball.
and place the ball.
That's not really a quirk, dude. If that's a quirk, then fucking Corsair is a quirk.
Oriana. It ain't our ball.
Oriana, bro.
Okay,
said.
so where are we putting it then?
I'm fine with just great pick. If you guys want to put optimal, because optimal is like when I put something optimal, I expect this class that Duke, like these dudes can just like go and pick up and just perform very well.
Hmm.
I don't think aliens like that. And it's definitely like not the easiest shit to learn.
Put a great pick. Move on.
Sure. All right, let's move on to Kain. What do you think of Kain? 90-second class. Good damage output. Like strong class. Great kit. Great mobbing. I feel like, yep, hexa efficient. Yep. I feel like everything is good about this, except
Having
that
3 minute
it's
drawback is just,
except it's the cooldowns. That's the only thing.
yeah.
So it's kind of like Dark Knight then.
No,
I
Dark
thought-
Knight can burst in dawn.
Yeah, so it's like below Dark Knight then.
The conversation last time about Kain was that The scariest thing was the fact that I didn't have, was it Dragon Blood boosted
Death
yet?
blessing. Death blessing.
Death
stuff.
Blessing.
It got boosted.
And now that it's boosted, like,
Phil was hyping that shit up for like a year.
so doesn't it mean like it's minimum great pick?
It's
If that
above
was
I remember damage gain on this thing is above 20%.
Yeah, that sounds ridiculous. What the fuck?
It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's like 22% for the gains.
Yeah.
That's
And
a
it's already
lot.
one of the higher damage.
What?
Yeah, that's a lot. That's
It's
a
also
lot.
it's already one of the stronger classes in the game, and I just got 22% FD. And also, I don't know if you guys knew, not only it got boosted, the way that it got boosted, this class got life leech too.
Oh wow,
Is life
It
still
had a
now?
life leech to death blessing
broken ass class.
for no reason too. It's a complete new mechanic they just added to the new mastery.
Mm-hmm. So do we think it's below Dark Knight?
Yeah, I think so. Just because, yeah, wow, this is hard to say because if we're just talking about Saren, like if we're solely just talking about Saren, to be very very honest, yeah, that's why I'm talking about this. Like if we're just talking about Saren, the regular 2-minute and regular 3-minute class that both don't burst in Dawn, it's not that different. The burst cycle is not that bad, being 2-minute versus 3-minute if you're not bursting Dawn regardless. But we can't just like only limit the scope to just Saren. Although it's like it seems like the most important factor right now, but it's not the only factor right now. So I still think the 3-minute drawbacks is kind of big.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is I'm good with just probably like bottom grade pick or like.
Okay, I'm okay with
Yeah,
that.
I mean, if we're throwing end calls into the mix thing, like this is probably one of the classes that can realistically one burst each fucking segment.
Mm-hmm.
Now with Origin, it definitely it's a very polarizing class. Like with Origin, it definitely can. Like if it's at that point, you can like say like you at giving it a funding level, but without all four Origin, but this class is all four. This class has a big damage disparity between Origin and non-Origin burst.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah.
Okay.
I'm good with this.
I'm fine with that. Yeah, I'm okay with that for Kain. Yeah, no, it's raw damage output is good. Nobody's downing that. It's just at the end of the day, like the Legion champion, like I want to remind you guys that like Lotus, Mihile, Black Mage, these are like irrelevant. To be honest with you, like in the grand scheme of things, you can play whatever the fuck you want. And this would be really good. The main discussion around the Legion champion system is H Saren, and Kalos. H Saren is the most important because it gives you the biggest buff from the Legion champion system. So everybody's gonna be going for that. Whereas Kalos, you could skip it and not really lose anything. So in reality, this is more of like a H Saren tier list, straight up. Like that's like a more accurate way of looking at this. But there are it's not really like an H Saren tier list. There's more than that, but that's like the main thing that revolves around this. And because Kain doesn't have cooldowns that line up very well for H Saren, then it has to go down a little bit. All right, we can move on.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way Kanna is fucking playable. Like this shit is. There's no fucking way, bro. It's definitely unoptimal, bro.
No, this thing's a fucking piece of shit, dude. Like, you have a fucking
Actually.
10-second cooldown. What other class in this game still has a 10-second cooldown?
Yep.
Like, your Genesis iframe doesn't even last long enough because you have to press it before it.
Yep.
It's backloaded as well. Your domain is still 196-second cooldown.
Mm-hmm.
We still haven't received the quality of life for freaking whatchamacallit?
Sengoku Force.
The Sengoku Force,
Mm-hmm.
right? That could literally be the reason why you can't clear, depending on how min of a cut we're talking.
Yeah, no, unironically, the crit damage from Ayame is a big difference.
And something that I've learned recently and have personally experienced, your Origin can just for no reason do no damage at all.
Yep.
Yeah, the ending. Yeah, I had that happen to me. That the ending frame of the Origin can just be like, it just doesn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
That can just randomly happen.
And you could
It's
get
actually
banned.
less damage than Lynn Origin. I didn't even know that was possible.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even know that was possible for an Origin to do less damage than Lynn.
And you get banned.
Yeah. And you have mana issues for your mini burst. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Well, too late for me. But
And you need another weapon at 22. Extra fun.
yeah, inflated CP. Yeah, it's silly for me too. I already have a Kanna as a champion because like it was just like my OG farmer. Like it is what it is. Gone down the road too far, but I would not recommend Kanna as a champion for anyone.
yeah, don't do this, kids.
Like the mobbing's great, leveling up is pretty chill, but it's not worth it.
Yep. And you have to be in the Kanna community.
You also have to like know how to weave well too.
Yeah, it's hard to play.
The best thing with Kanna is the memes and Bomba.
New York fries.
All right, moving on.
All right, let's move
Like
on to Kaiser. So
I
I actually
think
think this is a really good pick. I think it's a great
think-
pick.
This is optimal.
Most optimal? It could be. It could be most optimal. Straight up.
What I learned recently is that
Could
the
be.
M3 M4 is like
It's good. It's like 25 FD.
it's really strong and you can CD skip it.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching someone play Kaiser because like they were doing like a H Saren solo
Mm-hmm.
for their champion mission. Like it's so crazy watching it because we already know Kaiser's movement is really good. TP, flash up, short dash. You have 3 of the best worlds
Mm-hmm.
in terms of movement.
In Saren too.
Yeah, in Saren as well. And you're a 2-minute class, and because you know it's going to be a champion, you already have the resources to make it so that it has the best IA. You have a lot of buff duration already,
Mm-hmm.
so like you're going to be transformed for a long time, right? And you have the added benefit of attack speed, which means you're going to be transformed more often than not,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because you fill up your gauge fast. Like I think Kaiser, maybe saying most optimal it could be a stretch, but I think it's minimum great pick.
No, I think it's at least a great pick. I could see it being most optimal
Yeah.
just because its DPS is really good. It's also a 2-minute class. Has a very good kit, very good movement, very good survivability, good iframe. The only thing I think that could be holding it back is I think its training could be a little annoying.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think
You
so?
s-
I remember
you
Julius
summoned the ho-
complaining every day, bro.
Okay, Julius just doesn't farm, so like of course. like,
290 though.
I think with today's standard of what is good farming, you can summon your homies, and then you have the Stone Dragon which I think is that boost. Is it boosted yet? I don't remember.
I don't know, but you put that shit down anyways. It's a summon. Okay, Okay, is there anything that could prevent it from being most optimal?
It's a dragon. Like I don't know.
Yeah, maybe you just don't. Maybe it's ugly. It's pretty ugly.
You have a big. You have what seems like a large hitbox, but I think is actually just normalized now.
No, that got changed so long ago.
So like
You don't have
that
a
can
big
be a little bit
hitbox.
jarring. I guess you might be losing a couple bill if you really like changing your colors to a specific type.
Okay.
That's closer to quirk though.
Now we're really gonna put it as a quirk because you have to spend money changing the color. That's so funny.
I remember like back when you can only change color during events, and you have to
Yeah,
use
it's a
event
prey.
codes too.
Mm-hmm. It's a prey to get black.
Does this class use cooldown hat too or no?
I don't know.
Cooldown means you get more of those swords that explode, no? Isn't that a pretty important skill to have?
That is an important skill. It does, I think.
I would check the Kaiser Discord, but
But what?
I don't think I want to be in there.
That's crazy.
Oh hell nah, bro. See if
Hey,
Gia responds fast. Does Kaiser use CD hat?
Come on, Gia, clutch up.
See if she responds fast. She usually responds instantly.
It's only midnight.
Nah, she's awake like perma.
Dude, we really need to fucking wrap this up fast,
Kaiser,
dude.
yeah, we do. We're fucking 2.5 hours into this shit.
I
At
told
the
you.
start, I said there's no way this shit's 2 hours. Yes, you use -4. Okay, cool.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, cool.
All right, most optimal, bro.
Okay, I'm okay with that. Nah, it's actually
Same.
funny ass fucking tier list now. People are gonna think we're idiots. They're just gonna see this and be like, "Fuck are these guys doing?" All good, bro. All good. Because at the end of the day, bro, like, it don't even fucking matter, bro.
Okay, but is it ass and Carlos? I don't actually know.
There's no way it'd be Ass and Kalos. Like,
Yeah, it's like good movement that has a long cover.
Oh, I meant like the damage threshold. Like, is it gonna struggle with that?
well, it's getting a big buff though. Like, I don't think it's gonna have. It's like a top 20 damage class.
Okay, I mean, I'm
Like,
not
that's
doubting.
not bad.
I just want some comms on it.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. All right, let's continue. Khali. No, I'm actually
Great pick.
fucking
Oh,
cooked, bro.
this is the same Hoyoung Adele shit.
Yeah, the thing is, like, okay,
No.
the thing is,
Class is very strong.
the
though,
thing
like,
is,
it's
Kali's
actually
way,
strong right
yeah,
now.
that's what I was saying. That's what I was gonna say. The thing is, Kali's way stronger than them, though. Like, you actually get rewarded though, because it's way stronger.
If we just ignore the fact that you actually have to know how to play this class, I think it's better than Ice Lightning.
Okay,
Like it's
what's the difference from Kali and Cadena though?
Kali's like way easier to play than Kanna in my opinion.
Okay,
But I also think Kali. I think okay. There's certain thresholds. Like someone who doesn't fucking know how to play either class will probably get better results with Kali still.
okay.
But someone with perfect mastery both,
If they're doing
Khali
it
would still be
Sarah,
better.
I don't- What were
So-
I
you
think
talking about?
Kali's way better in Saren than Cadena because you just dash through Saren.
But Cadena has really good movement too. You could also just like get on the other side.
No. Like it's different though. Like okay, Cadena has skills that propel you backwards and forwards, yes, but Kali, you choose. You literally choose. You can also stop your own momentum too. From the I don't remember what it's called, but like the little kickback on Kali, like
Mm-hmm. The circle that goes forward.
also like
Yeah,
Kali
long
recently got like did he get like 20 crit damage and like 15 FD or something? Like
It's gaining
Yeah,
like
I mean,
it's gaining
yes,
like
the
26
class is
FD
very strong
from the
right now.
masteries. It's like
its
getting
off
way
burst is
stronger.
great, and its burst is so piss easy.
Yeah, the burst is the easiest part. You just fucking spam that button, you press your buffs, and then use your combo, and then combo for a bit.
I don't think there's anything hard about like okay. Dash canceling is the hardest part about
They made
the
it so
class.
much easier though. Like you literally just press the buttons together, and that's it.
But like weaving is so fucking easy in this class.
I mean, you just have to press the skills as they come up. Like that's it.
Yeah, it's whack-a-mole and then you
It's
press your
just
dash.
whack-a-mole. Yeah, it's just whack-a-mole.
There's nothing hard about that. What's hard is like having mastery of that.
Mm-hmm. So what you're saying is you just need a lot of practice. That's it.
I think it's just way easier to pick up than Cadena is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like at every threshold, except for master, like perfect mastery, Kali's way harder.
Well, I don't know. The thing is, I feel like they're so similar, both Khali and Cadena. Like in my head, they're both like whack-a-mole and strong as fuck in 3 minute. And if you're good at both of them, you're gonna be fine regardless. Like you're gonna know where you are and all that shit.
Okay,
Like that's deadass like how I think of both of them. So like for me, like if we were to put Khali in great pick, like I feel like Cadena would have to go in great pick too. But like below it, maybe.
I think Kali's better than Cadena.
I
Okay.
think so too.
Okay, so where are we putting them?
Is it better than Aran? I don't know.
I think just the fact that Aran can burst
because of
dawn.
Freud's.
Yeah, the Freud gap
Well,
is crazy, dude. Freud's
Yeah,
wisdom.
Yeah.
Freud gap is crazy. Like that shit is OP. That shit is dead ass OP as fuck.
You are iframed during the burst and Khali at the very least. And you can fucking dip and dive out of like you can bait the deer to attack so it stops getting close to
issue
you.
is that like if you're only doing that skill for your burst, then it's not that much damage. Like,
Yeah.
you actually have to.
Well, Khali's burst
Like,
comes from the weaving while you're buffed
Yeah.
up. That's
Yeah.
where the big damage is. It's not even the void burst. That shit's ass.
I don't think it's optimal. Like if I were to play Khali, I'd probably want burst during dawn. I don't think it's optimal to do that. I think you lose out on too much damage efficiency doing it in dawn.
No, I agree. I would not burst in Dawn as Khali. It's too risky.
Okay. It's worse than Aran, better than Cadena then.
Sure. It's fine. No, I'm actually fucked, bro. I'm actually fucked. FP's my only decent one. For now. Until we talk about Lara. Anyways, let's continue. Let's talk about Kinesis. This is another 3-minute class.
I
Just want to point that
heard
out.
this class is like a
But-
6-minute class.
I
Yeah, but-
guess, but it gets so much stronger with M3, M4 though. It's like 28 FD. It's a 3-minute
I'll
timer, but
say-
it gets a lot stronger. Like it's like a top 10 damage class type shit.
But like
It's
Sarah moves around a
annoying.
lot, no?
It's annoying play. It's
They-
an annoying class.
They
To
made the
play,
cube. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's an annoying 3-minute class to play. Same shit as Hoyoung and Adele.
It's funny. It's way stronger than them though. They also made the icosahedron better. Like even if a boss moves around, I think it. I forgot what they did exactly for it. Either like it resolves all of its damage quickly, or you can control it better, or some shit like that. But like they made it so that like it doesn't even matter. I'm pretty sure. Like I remember reading some shit like that.
Oh yeah, Saren does move too much. For Kinesis.
Yeah, I think it's
Well, because of like the
Imagine if it was
PP
doing
AoE
sunset.
shit.
Imagine you're doing Sunset, you're trying to like DPS and shit, like and the boss just doing 1, 2, 3 perma and just like never staying still, and you just fuck.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
yeah, I don't know. I think it's
Don't do this.
You think it's just straight up unoptimal, even though it's strong as fuck?
okay. So like the thing is, like for Cannon Master, you can play around the fact that Saren does all that shit.
Yeah. Well, can't
Can you-
do that
can
with
you do that?
Kinesis?
I'm asking, can you? I don't actually know.
I feel like you can.
Like it's
I
realistic
call
to.
the leader you can, but like where you're putting your objects and matters, I don't think so. Like you say you crash a train on one side and the Saren literally just dashes. What do you do at that point?
Crash another one? Okay, do we think it makes it out of like Adele Hoyoung?
This could just be like bad matchup. I don't know. If that's a
No, it
category.
probably is bad matchup. Yeah, it probably just is bad matchup. Low key.
But that would just make it unoptimal, no? Like
Yeah, it would be an optimal then. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
first of its kind. Bad matchup.
Bad. Okay, that's fine. Bad matchup. All right, we continuing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, Lara. All right, don't hate me, but I think this is a great pick.
What?
What?
Fake TP class.
There's no DPM. You're wrong. There is a lot of DPM. You're literally wrong.
I mean, it's got all its elementals boosted now, but I don't know how big that is. How big is it?
It's huge, bro.
The off DPS, the off burst is pretty strong.
Okay, this is a 1-minute burst, consistent damage class with like a shit ass 3-minute burst. But, here's the thing about Lara though, is it could be bad matchup too for Saren. Like
I mean, okay.
it could be bad matchup if the boss moves around a little too much.
No, but like you can. How
What?
often can you How often do veins approach?
Oh, they're
like, appear?
pretty quickly. Like every few seconds, they'll like refresh.
And
But
what's the cooldown on like summoning?
the summoning, like the custom vein, it's like
No. Like
zero
like
cooldown.
spawning is there 0 CD and spawning an elemental off
Yeah,
the vein?
it's zero cooldown. Like I could go from one vein to the next, to the next, to the next. Like it just.
So why is it a bad matchup?
Because sometimes, so like let's say you're in noon left side, right, and you have all 3 of your summons down, and then Saren dashes to the right. If you want to chase her, you're gonna have to re-summon all 3 of your things, which, like, it's not that bad to do, but you're most likely gonna have to use at least 1, probably 2 of your custom summons, like your custom vein summons, because the veins are most likely not gonna be in the exact right spot that you need them. So like you're probably gonna have to use the custom one, but then once she dashes back, you're gonna have to do that again, and then your custom veins could run out. Like I've seen this happen all the time. Like in Mihile, for example, when like there's a bunch of gas and a bunch of like garbage, like skull on the ground, you want to go to the other side, and then she TPs, and then you have to replace all your shit, and then like the garbage spawns again, and then you want to, you know, not be there, and it's just like this back and forth thing, and eventually like you run out of fuel basically, and you have to like wait a little, and then just wait for the boss to come back, which is annoying as fuck. But I could just be ass, so that's like another angle that could be the case. But the reason why I think Lara is a great pick is because its damage is like right in the middle. Like it's like, you know, mid 20s in terms of like damage ranking. But because I think it's 1 minute burst, I think it could, and it uses Kant, like its consistent damage is pretty good. It's similar to Shad, if that makes sense. Like Shad's just a better Lara, essentially.
Okay, so like,
oh, its origin is ass though. Doesn't do anything. Actually, it might not be a great pick anymore.
Is it better or worse than Cadena Master? Because Cadena Master, you can play around the fact that...
I mean, I personally think it's better than CM.
But you're saying... But you brought up the fact that there's a possibility of a bad matchup.
Yeah. But I could just be ass, though. Low-key. I don't think I am, but, like... I think it could be bad matchup if you don't know what you're doing, or if you're not that good at Lara. But I think it's definitely better than CM. I think it's... Yeah, no, it definitely is a good tier. I can't see it being better than, like, Aran, for example. So...
You think it's better than DB?
Yeah, I do. I do think it's better than DB.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know nothing about this class. Besides the fact that it's just giga front loaded.
Yeah, it is very front loaded, but at the end of the day, the burst doesn't do that much. It's all about the consistent damage. Like, if you ever watch my Lara bossing at any point, the burst does fucking nothing. But like the time in between bursts is like a very significant amount of damage. Like the 1 minute burst and the summon damage is a lot. Like that's where all the damage is really.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't really know where to begin to place it.
Okay.
I think it's hard to believe it's great pick.
No, it's not. I'm gonna put it right here. It's not great pick. It's definitely not a great pick. I think it's just right there. I think Hero probably just beats it a little bit just because of the cooldown. That's it.
Okay.
Even though I know Lara is stronger than Hero, I think the cooldown's just better. Alright, let's move on to Lumi. What do we think of Lumi?
Well, it's...
I was told it was good after the new masters.
Okay, wait. I gotta ask a setup question.
It gets like 26 FD from the Masteries. It's a lot.
Would you... Like, I think bursting in Dawn as an Ice Lightning is pretty realistic. Yes or no?
IL?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the thing with Ice Lightning is you can send out a lot of your shit, right? And it'll like do the damage for you. Like your Spirit of Snow, your
Like you're not gonna get many
Jupiter Thunder.
chain lightnings off for sure.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to mention. Like it'll be a little dangerous when you're holding down lightning orb just a little, but if you time it right, you can definitely get off the lightning orb because it's super fast. And then the rest of your bursts are all summons. Like it's all just like it automatically resolves. So yeah, you can do that for sure.
That would lead me to believe like it's definitely worse than ice lightning.
Okay, sure. I agree. I think it's worse than ice lightning. Yeah.
So at best it could be at the end of great pick, but I don't know if that's where that's where we would want to put it though.
Okay. I mean, it has Freud's.
It does have Freud's.
So like, the whole burst in Dawn, like it has Freud's anyways.
No, I mean the bigger issue is that class damage doesn't come from burst.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think the fact that you're relying on like your equilibrium cycles and Dawn phase is just basically. I think Dawn phase downtime on this class is quite a bit more significant to other classes that have like a spiky burst. Just because that's like a whole phase that you're just not gonna get to do your damage optimally, which is like very fatal to a class that is really heavy on DPM.
Yeah, I agree. That makes sense.
So are you saying it's better or worse than Arc then? Because you're saying that
That's
Lumi's
tough.
damage is too flat, that because of that, Dawn
That's
ends
tough.
up being a bigger hindrance to it.
Yeah.
Even though it has Freud's to allow you to burst during it.
The thing is, yeah, exactly. Arc can burst in Dawn too, though. So like, it's probably below Arc, like one below Arc. It's probably right here, most likely.
Better than Aran?
Because he's better cooldowns than Aran.
But Aran's damage isn't as flat. They can
Yeah, that's
utilize
true.
Freud's better in Dawn. Like I can see it being better than Khali. I just don't know if it's better than Aran. Lumi's fucking iframe is a bind too.
Yeah. Armageddon's a... Yeah, should start buying.
That shit is annoying as fuck.
I think it's just worse than Aran personally.
Nah,
Like if
fuck
we're
Gauge
if
classes.
we're mentioning the fact that Lumi's damage is
do
so
think-
flat that Dawn is a hindrance, then like Aran should be by default better because it's also Freud's class.
I do believe that as well.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Great mobbing though. I don't know how good its Hexa is.
Well, you have... What do you have in Hexa? You have Gate, Lib Orbs, Baptism, and one more. Conduit. I think the Hex is good.
Aether Conduit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the Hex is good because you just need like... I don't think you even need Gate.
Not really.
Also,
Lip
the training on
Orbs is
Lumi's
like-
brain dead, obviously.
Yeah. Aether Conduit and Baptism are the most important.
All right, move on.
All right, next class. Lynn. Now, is Lynn going to get different treatment?
Unoptimal.
Yeah, it's just unoptimal. Who am I kidding?
Its damage is also very flat. So like,
Yes, it's super... It's like the... Almost... It's
And
one of the
low.
flattest.
Its shit is low.
even its origin's flat. Like it's fucking flatter than fucking Coke that you left out all day. Like
It's super
Origin,
flat.
I can't, like, whenever I origin, I can't feel the origin.
the origin's cosmetic. It's just a bind.
It looks so
Yeah.
good, though. Nah, this shit is flat as fuck. But, the DPS is good, though. The DPS is good. Survivability is good, movement's good, DPS is good, training is good. But at the end of it is a 2-minute burst, but at the end of the day, 2-minute burst on this class, like, your burst isn't that strong regardless. Like, your
It doesn't have a
consistent...
burst.
Your consistent damage is everything on this class. You need to be hitting the boss 24/7. We also don't know what the Mastery 3 and 4 is. You can speculate, but at the end of the day, we still don't know what it is. So it's just too hard to recommend, because what if it's not that good? Who knows? Like, you don't know anything yet. It's hard
Isn't
to...
the only thing just
hard
going to
to
be
say.
the wolf attacks?
Yeah, but then, like, what would the fourth one be, right? It's like, you just don't know yet.
They all attack, dude. The circus comes out.
Okay, yeah. And where did the circus end up
Oh,
last
circus
time?
is
bro?
back.
Yeah, where did
Yeah.
the circus end up last time, bro? Dead. More bird. Big handsome bird.
Great mobbing, though. Alright, move on.
All right, next class. Marksman. Another optimal or what?
Yeah, I believe this is optimal. The damage.
I think so too.
like-
You have a fucking puppet. Saren's a fucking toy now, dude.
Yeah, I think this is unironically
It's just backshot
optimal.
simulator.
Yeah.
Yeah, also the.
No, because it's
the-
good. It's good in like the first two bosses too, Lotus and Mihile. Like it's good in those too. Like straight up.
I don't think. I
Well,
don't think
the
that
puppet
W
doesn't
does
work in
anything
Lotus.
anymore.
Really? They changed it?
Lotus doesn't,
No
yeah,
puppet
it doesn't
works in
do anything
Lotus.
to anymore.
Yo, W. Never mind. No,
Also, this
backshot
class
simulator.
damage, like, this class damage is unreasonably high after the last balance patch.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it does really good damage
Well,
too.
low-key, I think these archers are doing too much damage right now. Low key, might need to be nerfed.
I agree. Nerf Vicious Shot.
True.
I agree.
Also, when you're playing at this level, it's probably like you also have high legion, which is like, I don't think it's something that like they balance around. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and also like whenever there's an event buff, there's just like, I mean, if you're only running the challenge missions once, you're definitely doing it on an event, and event buff is worth way more on archers than any other class.
Yeah. The crit rate is so good. Yeah, I agree with you. The training is also really good on Marksman. Their Hexa
What's that thing?
efficiency is good too.
I think they just added too many sources of crit rate recently.
Mhm.
They probably think it's a useless
Artifact.
stat. Yeah, and like the fact that like they're just giving out like Legion levels like candy at this point. Everyone everyone's like a lot of people are basically at 9k 9.5k Legion. They can just max out another grid, especially with like new lab blocks. Like it's so easy to max out another grid.
Mm-hmm. I have 4 sections filled out now.
Yeah, exactly.
How long have I been playing Hyperion? A year and some change? It's crazy.
Yeah.
We all agree on this, right?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, next one. Mechanic.
Optimal. Then this class is dog shit on damage.
Did they fix their goddess?
Yes. That was
Okay.
that was just a bug.
Okay,
in,
okay.
In GMS specifically, apparently.
Okay. Yeah, Mechanic is one of the weakest classes at the moment, outright.
Yeah.
And it's a 3-minute timer.
One thing though, I do want to mention this is that you can use your homing beacon. You can use your homing beacon while ducking.
Oh, this is good. Good survivability.
Okay.
Yeah, I
cool.
wouldn't know this unless. Yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah.
know this. I only know this because I play with Donda.
Iframe burst. Safe burst.
True.
Okay, well, we all agree it's a safe class, but at the end of the day, it does no damage.
The raw damage is like, it's a lot lower than any class we put in like a Great Pig or above. Like a lot lower.
Mm-hmm.
The damage is just bad.
Unrelated, but kind of related. One of the most interesting things I've seen so far was there was like this little challenge event that they had for Maple Scouter
Mm-hmm.
to see like what's the lowest converted solo of each class. And the mechanic
Oh,
video
yeah, I
I
remember.
saw, they would pop like their epic venture and whatever, and then they would grab a rune of skill so that they would have it back up immediately. So they can
So
do
down
it back
bad.
to back in P1 Saren.
So down bad.
Like that was the most creative thing I've ever saw. I'm like, wow,
Almost down bad shit I've ever seen in my life.
that is crazy.
That's like ill, bro. Like I'd rather just quit, bro, instead of doing that shit.
That is
damn.
like one of the most pathetic thing I've heard in a while.
Yeah, actually, like that actually is like that's so pathetic.
I mean, it's very creative and resourceful, but my god, dude, like, how do you even come up with that? Anyways, yeah, I don't.
Bro, imagine it was a party clear, party min clear, like 6 people had to found 6 different like fucking like row of skill.
Wait, but that's what people used to do
my
though.
God. Huh?
Well,
A
people used to
long time
pop
ago, people used to do that.
They would pop rune of destruction because they gave you like 100%.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
that's what it was. Not rune skill.
But they
Also the healing one. That like I remember like people were like do like Minka like fucking like Dark Nail solos. They would take that like and just go in and just stay in the corner and just tank all the hits for like the first like however long the healing room lasts.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's continue. Mercedes. Where we put a Mercedes?
I mean, force class.
Ford's class. Very strong 3-minute burst, right?
And touch cancel.
Touch
very
cancel,
good touch cancel. Yep.
Lingering bursts as well.
Its 90-second. Its first 90 seconds are good. Like straight up.
It's like a 70-second iframe too. A cooldown iframe.
70-second cooldown, 2-second iframe. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think Merc is that hard to play, to be honest with you. When you get the -2 hat, the comboing is really easy. So there's that. I mean, I think it's like better Dark Knight, or maybe one below Dark Knight.
Honestly, I think it's slightly better than Dark Knight just because it had touch cancel.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, like I was just comparing Dark Knight because like at the end of the day, like
It's a good matchup in this case.
yeah, it's a good matchup, but also a bad matchup because it's 3-minute. But you have Freud.
Yeah,
so
but
that
Dark
helps
Knight
make up.
also 3 minutes.
Yeah. So if you can iframe and Dawn, it makes up for it, and it can. So it's good.
Yeah. Mihile.
Okay, let's continue. Oh, other thing about Merc is it's a lot easier to train with the new masteries. It gets like 18 FD from the new masteries, and then it makes it way easier to train because your hitboxes are way bigger. So keep that in mind. So if anybody's watching this, like, yeah, but Mercedes is really hard to train. No, it's not. All right, next class, Mihile. Now, you know what's crazy about Mihile is the level reduction isn't as important for this.
No. That's fake news.
What?
I actually had this conversation with Arca the other day.
Okay.
There was too much emphasis on the echo.
Okay.
You
still need frags though, so you're gonna have to level regardless. But like,
yes, exactly.
but-
It's just good for like getting an early kill on Black
yes,
Mage.
that's
it.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Yes, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Is this? It's good because you can get the ball rolling much faster than other classes because of that. But at the end of the day, you're gonna need a lot of frags, so you're gonna be high level regardless. 20-minute change ruined this. Yeah, it did. It did.
Yeah, this is like you should explain why. Like what's the echo like? Why are we?
Okay. So Mihile has this skill specifically that lets it. Oh, okay. Let's go back. So if you're lower level than whatever you're trying to hit in this game, whether it's a mob or a boss, you have damage reduction. So you need to be the same level or higher level to do like pretty good damage to a target. Ideally, you're 5 levels above the target to do maximum damage to it, right? But Mihile has a skill that lets it bypass this. So you could be like level 260 and hitting like, level 275 Black Mage and still do like normal damage to it without damage reduction. So what that means is you can have these like crazy low level Mihile like Black Mage solos because of that, right? But at the end of the day, if you were to do H Saren, you're gonna end up being high level because you need a lot of frags regardless, so that echo doesn't really matter that much. But to be honest with you, the thing with Mihile is it's invincible, so like you can deal damage in the fight throughout the entire fight, which is really, really good. So it's a good matchup. It's also 3-minute though, so like I think it's just like probably below IL or something. Probably. That's where I would put it. Because the thing with Mihile is like, It doesn't have bad damage. It has good damage, right? Like it's middle of the pack to like slightly above middle of the pack damage, but it's not like insane damage like how Merc is or like or Dark Knight. It's a lot stronger. So that's why I think like it has the same perks as Merc and Dark Knight where you could burst and DPS and all that shit in Dawn as well, which is really good. But because this damage isn't so obscenely like broken, it can only go so high. So I think it's gonna be like near IL, maybe just one under IL or above IL or something like that. I think is good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put it right here. That's where I would put it. Any thoughts, Jay?
Where did you place it? In optimal?
No, right above Ice Lightning.
Oh wait. Okay. Really?
Yeah.
Isn't iframe like 2-second downtime?
Yeah, something like that. They're like per iframe, so they could hit the boss the entire time.
Okay, so if you say, will the white shield go back in the 2 seconds of you getting hit?
Oh, not if you're good. Like, you should know. Like, nah. Not if you're good. There's no reason. There's no reason for it to go up.
I think Mihile. I
1
think I
second
just don't-
downtime with a -2 hat. 1 second? That's nothing. You can just up jump and it'll be back up.
I think I'm too unfamiliar with Mihile's damage too.
It's a 3-minute timer and it has DPS.
It's a 3-minute timer with DPS, and it can just keep attacking during dawn. Yes.
Yeah, and it could attack.
That's
the
why
whole
you're
time.
placing it higher than Ice Lightning. But I still just don't know the damage values of it to agree or disagree. Like I can.
It's like top 20.
I do remember it being in the top half.
Like it's worse than Dark Knight, even though it can just fucking keep swinging during dawn. Like Dark Knight can do it too if you intentionally die during dawn.
Yeah.
But like,
I mean, it could.
that
I'm okay with it being better than Dark Knight, though. I'm not opposed to that.
if the Dark Knight uses full pact during dawn,
No,
then
it can use the medium pack for like the first cycle, and then the last cycle you can just use the big pack. You know what I'm saying? Because 20 minutes is like 2.5 cycle, right?
Mm-hmm.
During the first cycle, you use the 3-minute cooldown pack, and then base 10 second. I think with Dark Knight's buff duration will be like 25 second or whatever. And then the last one, during the second dawn, you just use the full pack because it will be back up by then. And that's like almost 2-minute iframe. I just keep whacking.
okay. So then the thing is, like, do we value that better than Mihile being able to just like face tank dashes and jabs? Like you don't even like untouchable doesn't even matter for Mihile because you're just untouchable basically.
That's
funny.
a good point. Yeah, I think Mihile might be better.
Okay.
Because like Dark Knight makes up for the uptime
Dark
loss.
Knight's raw damage output is certainly higher, but I think in Saren specifically, Mihile's
Yeah, it's just
It's just a better matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Mihile's
charts.
effective damage output would just be higher than Dark Knight.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
Yeah,
totally
'cause
that's totally fine.
That's the comparison. Like, Dark Knight would get better uptime, and actually, yeah, it should basically have better uptime in Dawn just because it's just perma iframe compared to Mihile not perma. But then every other phase, it's like Mihile is just permanently hitting
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
without any worry.
yeah. And it's only during one the Dawn. There's 2 Dawn you have to go through in a 20-minute solo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Night Lord. This shit is
Yeah.
ass. This shit is ass. All right, Phil, you want to talk about why your main that you choose to play is ass?
Yeah, I choose to play great.
Yes, you what? Yes, you do, bro.
No, I mean, this is just a 3-minute, which is already optimal, and also just like a low damage 3-minute at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You have to reach a very specific damage threshold for Saren
Yes, you
as a
do.
Night Lord. Like, it's so awkward if like you don't get out of P1 by a specific damage threshold.
No, the
Like,
crazy
it's-
thing is, like, even if you're like let's say 10% off, getting 10% more FD at this level of funding already is a lot harder. than like if
Yeah.
you were getting 10% FD when you're in like 30 mil CP. You know what I mean? Like whatever, 10% FD on top of that, that's nothing. Like you get that easily. But when you're like pushing 200 mil CP, you need another 10 FD on top to reach a certain threshold, and you need a Ring of Restraint. Like that's way harder. You would need to fund significantly more, especially on Night Lord. Night Lord is all about thresholds. Like, am I going to do this much amount in my burst or not? If I don't, I can't clear. Like straight up, shit's ass.
Yeah, if you don't, low key, if your origin burst, if you go in your origin burst, your initial origin burst, assuming this, you're gonna do you need an origin burst and a regular burst to get out of P1, right?
Yep.
That's the bottom line. If you're going in, your origin burst isn't like you origin burst it, and then you by the time that your spread is over and she's still above like 40% HP, then you're just cooked.
Yeah. Because you're fucked. That's it. Like, it's over. You can't do anything. Cooldown hat, Shuriken, comp 4 build. That's true. That's true. Loki. Are we moving on?
Yeah.
Okay. Nightwalker. Where are we putting Nightwalker?
I mean,
I don't think it's most
Hot take,
optimal.
I don't think this is good. Hot take, I don't think this is good.
No, everybody likes to glaze Nightwalker, but at the same time, like this is y'all glazing Nightwalker. Like this shit is not as, it's not as crazy as you think for like a Legion champion, but it is still good though for sure. Like it's not bad at all. I want to make that very clear.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not most optimal. Straight up, it's definitely not most optimal. So here's the thing about Nightwalker. It has good 3-minute burst. It has good consistent damage until its damage falls off after the spears run out, right? Like that's when
Yeah,
it would
which
like
is like-
starts to be pretty slow. But whatever,
Yeah.
like a minute later your shit's back up regardless. So overall its damage is really good still. The kit is good, the training is really good, all that stuff is very good with it with Nightwalker. Because the training is good, it's probably pretty easy to get like a high amount of frags with it. It's frag efficient too. But so like nobody's doubting the damage output. The only thing that like concerns me is the 3-minute timer and how it's gonna be kind of hard to burst in Dawn, or arguably like you probably won't be able to burst in Dawn. You could probably like do some GDS cheese though to get some chip off, but like that's it.
Yeah.
So for me, like I don't think it could be as good as Merc. Or
No, it's
or
not.
I don't think it could be as good as Merc or Mihile or Dark Knight that could just like perma iframe.
Do you think it's better at Tiny and Kain though?
I can see it being just under Kain. That's
Okay,
it.
I think it's better than Kain.
The fuck? Okay. Why do you think it's better than Kain?
I think the damage will still be higher after specifically in GMS.
You think so?
Nightwalker also just has higher uptime than Kain in DPS. Whenever Saren does 1, 2, 3, you just backdash because you get forced into dark sight. So your gauge still goes up, but you don't take damage. One other thing that I wanted to point out, but might be too late into the game, is that if you're a class that just like what's stopping the classes that have trouble bursting in Dawn from just throwing on a curring for that? So you have a 20-second iframe.
20-second.
The fact that you have
19.
to, the fact that it's really annoying to get another curring on another character.
Sure, but like it's not that you wouldn't be getting it for just one boss. You're getting it for one boss, and every other boss it would be relevant for in the future.
Yeah, low key, that's what I did. With a normal Saren clear, I did way back in the day. That's what I did. It was like a, I think it was 28 minutes run. I bursted every single Dawn with a curring.
I wouldn't be
I would
surprised if
never
like,
admit that shit.
like 9 months from now we just see everyone who's doing H Siren and like they just throw on a curring for Dawn.
Guys,
and
I
do a
promise
burst.
you I'll never do that shit. I'll never be cringe like these guys fucking pussying out with their curring. This is a Duky promise,
Hey.
bro.
Hey, I got it first clear though.
Okay. You 2v1'd it, bro. You and the current.
Honestly, if I mentioned this sooner, this whole tier list might be different.
No. I'm not gonna. I don't want to do that because I don't want to make a requirement of like, okay, you have to get curring to fucking make a Legion champ. Like, what if you just don't want to get it? Straight up. You're just lazy. That's what people...
Current is also kind of annoying to get. I'll admit, current is kind of annoying to get.
I think there's a certain level of lazy that's interesting, because imagine you're this far into the game that you're working on a Legion champion, but you're not willing to...
That's what I'm saying. I'd rather fund more than get curd. Dead ass. I'd rather just pop like an extra like 50 waps or some shit. Then like, it's mental fatigue. Yeah, adding an extra daily, like, nah. Shit's too much. Shit is too much.
Alright, so where are we placing this thing, dude?
I think it's better. Me personally, I think it's right below Kain. He thinks it's better than Kain though, so like you gotta make a decision. I think it's right below. He thinks it's above.
I think it's above.
Okay.
What if you just force play 2 minutes as Kain?
Then Kain's even better then. Then Kain's like broken as fuck then if you're just playing 2 minutes.
Think about it this way, right? Think about it this way. As 2 minute class, right? Okay, so
how do you even play 2 minute on Kain?
Because you have.
Well, you're just holding on to your 90.
2 minute.
Yeah, you're holding on to your 90 for 30 seconds like so long.
Why would you do that?
Think about it this way. If you're playing like normal 3 minute, every cycle you will get out two sets of the 3 minute burst in a 2 cycle 2 minute in one day cycle of Saren, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you play as 2 minute, you will still get two sets of the 3 minute burst, and you're just basically gaining a one extra a 2 minute vicious shot burst.
Yeah, you would have vicious shot every time.
Interesting. That's cool.
But also, okay, even if you do get that, does Lethal Strike line up for Kain to be able to do that?
Sorry, what?
Does Lethal Strike line up for that to work out too, or no?
I have no idea.
Because I know for like not every archer procs like. So I learned recently that when archer procs Lethal Strike every 90 seconds, but that's not true for something like Marksman. Marksman, you actually can proc it really, much sooner or something. I don't remember.
Lethal Strike is which one? Like that 1,000 hit one?
Yeah, 1,000 hit, and then you get like 100% crit rate.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how you would like. I don't know who would know that information. To be honest, like that shit is.
Well, K-main would probably
very specific. Know. Yeah. You definitely need 3 minute for lethal on Kain. Okay. Wouldn't you eventually lose a burst 0, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20? I guess it lines up. Yep.
Well, you wouldn't have to play 2 minute in P1.
I mean, to be honest with you, like this is so min-max, like Kain or Nightwalker, which is high. They're both good though.
Okay, I still think Nightwalker is still high, even with this like wild card of 2 minute Kain.
Okay, that's fine.
Just because the overall experience of setting up a Nightwalker, playing the class, leveling it.
Yeah,
sure.
It also like uses Dusk way better than Kain, from what I
yeah, that's true.
So if it's that close, like that would just edge it out to be better then.
Yeah, that's fine. Moving on.
All right, Paladin. What do you think of Paladin?
Unoptimal.
Okay, why?
Okay, maybe not unoptimal, but like, okay, like Divine Echo is designed for you to have at least one other dude with you.
Mm-hmm.
And what I have been asking for, even though I don't even main Paladin, is that they really need to just add a skill, like a whole new skill that allows you to link to something. like imagine being able to link to your Android.
Yeah. What if you don't have an Android?
Okay, whatever. Like, an idea I had was like being able to just summon a hammer and you can link to it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like, imagine you had a BSB, but you're a Paladin.
Yeah. Okay. But that's not the case though, so.
Yeah, I think it's just Yeah, I don't know. Like, if we're looking at the bottom of good, do you think... I don't know if Paladin's better than DB.
I haven't been sorting these at the bottom. Oh no, good. I don't think it's better than Dual Blade. No.
Like, you do have
You
15
could burst
second
and Dawn.
Sacro. You could, but I don't know if that makes up.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know, maybe
Pally-
maybe it does.
Yeah, Pally's output is higher than Hero's, but the Hero has a better timing than Pally. I think we could put it under DB.
Unironically, with MPM4, I think Paladin actually has better personal damage after MPM4. Even though fucking Divine Echo is ass in solo.
Mm-hmm. Are you okay with this placement?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it could, honestly, you could probably argue that's better than DB too, but it's like not that big of a difference for the whole entirety of the tier list.
Okay. All right, let's continue with Pathfinder. So, Pathfinder, it does get quite a bit stronger with M3 M4, but it's not like it's like a OP class in terms of raw damage output. But the way that the class works is good for Saren. So it's like good 2-minute, very good movement, very good training, all that shit. It's easy to play. So for me, it's like bare minimum really good. Maybe great pick, I'm not sure. The thing is, you could kind of burst in Dawn. Like, you could chuck the NATO, right? But, like, there's still, you still have to be very careful because you don't have, like, a good iframe besides, Nova Blast. Yeah, Nova Blast, but Nova Blast is, like, it's not, like, a long iframe, though. It's, like, a short iframe, and then you could chuck the NATO and then, like, do, like, a little bit of damage. So you could, like, chip it a little bit. Or you could put down your turret, too, which is good. So you could do some damage on PF. For me, I think of it like... It's like similar to Arc, basically. Oh, I see. Summons and Nova Blast. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I see it very similar to Arc, where like they're, 2-minute burst. You could probably do your burst like pretty safely. And they have like good movement and good training and all that stuff, good setup. But I think because PF is easier to play than Arc, I would probably put it like just above Arc. That's where I would put it here.
Wait, where is it? Oh,
I think it's just above Arc. Straight up.
Yeah, I'll play Pathfinder.
Okay. Alright, should we wait for Tommy or no?
Did he say how long he needed?
Nah, he just said BRB.
Okay. We're gonna start with Phantom. I'll throw that shit in fucking optimal.
Me too. Get down there, buddy. So, here's the thing with Phantom, though. Is first of all, Phantom's raw damage output is really low. Like, even with M3, M4, it's still a very low damage class. So, Phantom is one of those classes that the kit is so good. I think the kit is really good in Saren, too. Like, you could even burst in Dawn. You have very good uptime. All of those things, right? Like, it's like... The kit is so good, but at the end of the day, because its raw damage output is very low, because it's on a 3-minute timer, yes, it's very fun too. Like, you can only put it so high. Like, that's just the facts. You're gonna have to fun way more than others, and that's just how it is until it gets stronger. Phantom's one of those classes that when it's strong, it's like the best fucking class to play in the whole game. Like, straight up, because it's so fun and interactive, but it's just weak as shit right now, though. So, and in the future, it's gonna be weak as shit too. So, like, very unfortunate. I think it's just going to be at the bottom. Yeah. Any problems with this? I don't think so.
Yeah, it's just Shitter's not optimal.
Okay, let's move on to Shade. I think Shade
Optimal.
I think Shade is up there. Like this is one of the most optimal picks that you can make, straight up.
1 minute burst.
Mhm.
Void. Yeah, Shitter's is good.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Also, I think Mastery M3 and M4, this is turning into like a
What?
M3 and M4, this is turning into a comp class too.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So here's the thing. Oh, it already uses con. Okay, that's good. So here's the thing with Shade. Very easy to train, very easy to learn. All that, so you don't have to worry about that. This is also very what's the word? It's very forgiving to play this class. So even if you get stabbed, even if you, I don't know, just get hit by like a laser, and it's like you're not gonna miss your attacks, right? There's damage reduction with your burst. 1 minute burst cooldown, 2 minute burst cooldown, and it's a fast burst, so you can get off your burst right away, even at the start of midnight. And you have Freud, so you could still do damage in the middle of dawn as well. There's literally nothing bad about this shit. It's also strong. Like, it's not like a weak as fuck class. Like, it's in top 20, so it's like, it's not like it does no damage, so there's nothing to worry about this shit. I think it's really, really good, straight up. It's probably a little better than AB, I would say. Where I put that.
Burst is very quick too.
Yeah. Your setup's so mad though? I don't think so. Like, you literally just press like 5 buttons and go. Like, that's it.
Setup? What's a setup? Like, literally, there's no
No,
setup.
it's literally just buffs. Like, it's like there's no setup. Like, it's just buffs and
press the
debuff,
buff,
and that's
put
it.
on a debuff.
Yeah, it even has burst sequence upcoming. Great point. Yeah, like you have burst sequence coming too, so it's like none of this shit is a concern, to be honest with you. So like I think Shade's just broken as shit. Any other thoughts on Shade?
I'm good.
I think it's fine where it is.
Okay, let's move on to Shadower. I feel like this is an interesting one. Because, so for me, although Shad is 3-minute timer, right? I think its DPS is really good and is very good for Saren. The thing is, it's hard to burst in Dawn for this. So like, it doesn't have that going for it. Its DPS is very good. Its training is very good. Its Hexa efficiency is really, really good as well. It's like so good with the masteries. Because a lot of its damage comes from its masteries, and masteries don't cost that much Hexa. Like, it's very, very Hexa efficient, right? So like, that shit is great for Shad. It has very, very good consistent damage, but because it's 3-minute and you can't really burst in Dawn, I would put it just in great pick, straight up. I can't put it in most optimal. Yeah, Sonic Bow is fast. Shad's M3, M4 is like low. Like it's one of the lower end FD ones, like 14. But like it's like it's nothing special though. It's nothing special. It's just like standard, keeps up with like the rest of the classes, but is what it is. I don't know where I would put it in great pick though. Like I feel like it might be right below IL or right above IL.
I will still play Nawak over this.
You think so?
Actually, maybe not. I think the off burst on this is quite good. And I think in this specific case you just
Nah, I don't think Shad's that hard to reach like theoretical damage. Like you could legit,
I think
like you just learn how to
I
weave and
do
that's it.
think- I do think if we're comparing the 3-minute classes, the 3-minute classes that use the con is better than the 3-minute classes that use that reliance on roaring
Mm-hmm.
in this specific case. So I'm okay with it putting around Dark Knight.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know how to compare this with Ice Lightning, to be honest.
I think it's worse than Ice Lightning.
You think so?
Yeah. I was thinking like either above Ice Lightning or right below Ice Lightning because I could see either or. That's the problem. Okay. Okay. I think it's probably below Ice Lightning because you can't really do that much damage in Dawn. Whereas everything
Okay.
above Ice Lightning and above can do damage in Dawn. Like pretty reliably.
Sure.
Okay. That's fine. Alright, let's continue. Or any other thoughts on Shad?
Lel.
Okay. Freak. Thunderbreaker. I think this is most optimal. Like it's up there. Straight up.
Let me see the other classes. Most up. Honestly, I can see it.
Yeah, so Thunderbreaker is a 2-minute, right? It's a 2-minute.
It's a 6-minute, but yeah.
No, but it has 2-minute bursts. Or like it has good
Yeah.
consistent damage too.
Yeah, well, I just like calling it a 6-minute burst class.
Okay. That's funny. Also optimal if you want to destroy your fingers training. I think there's lazy rotations, to be honest with you. I don't think you need to destroy your fingers that much for training. It also gets a big buff in the future. It's already pretty strong right now, but it's gonna get an even bigger buff in the future. It's gonna be one of the stronger classes in the game, like top 10 type shit. 2-minute class, 2-minute timer, so you have really good damage on Saren and all the other bosses before that, stuff like that.
I think it's just like a more realistic version of Blaster that you will play.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's like a
You can
more
also
realistic
do
blaster.
damage while moving, so you can just dash through Saren's stabs and keep doing damage. You don't necessarily have to dock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So,
you basically have like the rails up in the bowling alley. Like you can't gutter ball on this guy.
Yeah, you can't gutter
Yeah.
ball on this shit. The only problem is I don't think you could like optimally DPS in Dawn.
yeah, but so does
I mean,
BowMaster.
BowMaster can't either.
I guess Kaiser too. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, BowMaster, Marksman, Kaiser, they all can.
Bishop. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I think the other shit outweighs though.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
fine. All right, let's continue. Wild Hunter.
Dude,
Where are we putting
I-
it?
unfortunately, I don't think this class does damage though.
I
2 mil
think
meso.
okay. I think this is
2 mil meso is crazy. Yo,
I think this. I think it's better than Pathfinder because it can burst.
yeah, you can burst in Dawn for sure, but like the damage is low though. Like the damage is actually just low.
That's true.
On
The
the
damage
spot.
is low. The thing is, you could burst in Dawn on like a bunch of classes too, like fucking Lumi and shit. It's still like down here. You could burst in Dawn with Evan and it's still down here. And Phantom. You know what I'm saying?
And also,
Like,
with their new masteries, it puts even more emphasis on your summons are hitting. Like I'm not talking about like Jaguars because you can move them around and then have them hit on like a more
the machines.
on command basis, but like there's the two machines that they're hitting. What if the Saren just dashes away and shit like that? This is on top of his already low damage.
This is one of the weakest classes in the whole game, and it will be
Yeah,
for
just don't do that.
for a big part of this year as well. Like M3 M4 patch comes out in the summer, like that shit is gonna be weak as fuck even after that too. Straight up. It does get a lot of damage from the M3, M4, but it's still total damage output is going to be very low. So for me personally, like I would not recommend it. Even though you probably could safe burst, or all your bursts are very safe, it doesn't really matter, to be honest with you.
That's crazy.
What, am
you
I
can
wrong?
duck easily, and even while you're ducking though, your joggers can do damage.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no.
The only archer in non-optimal. That's crazy.
Yeah, but let's talk about the other end, like Wind Archer.
Well,
Yo.
as a puppet.
Yeah, as a puppet.
So here's one
We
thing.
put it
I
at the
think-
top, right?
I think Wind Archer is a puppet, even though it's a puppet class. I think puppet works really, really well on Marksman. It's also thanks to the fact that Marksman's attack range is low as fuck.
Yeah, that's true.
I think
Wind Archer's isn't
Archer's
as
a
long.
lot more up close to the boss itself than Marksman though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sure. Like you are more up close, but you can set up your fucking optimal burst on Wind Archer more easily too, right? Because
Dude, if you did barrier.
just throw it, you throw it in the corner.
That's
You,
true.
you get your tornadoes to bounce back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Like, you also have the fucking gale barrier, so
Yeah,
sunset doesn't
there's
even
no
matter.
risk. There's no risk. Like
That's
that
true,
shit's
that's
on.
true.
You're invincible.
That's true.
Like even though you're melee, like you're still hurricane. You can move with your hurricane now too. By the
Yeah.
way, so like
That's
Mhm.
true.
I think
Yeah, it shows optimal.
I think it's just optimal.
I think so too. Where would we put it in optimal though? Is it better than Marksman?
I actually don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
There's even though you can have an easier time setting up your gimmick of like the tornadoes bouncing off the wall, like it's not always guaranteed that you can do that. I don't know.
I want to say though, I do want to point out that fuck, I forgot what I wanted to say.
It's funny.
Okay.
It's funny.
The raw damage output on this class isn't the craziest thing in the world.
Yeah, it's not. That's the thing I was thinking that too. Like the raw damage output isn't that crazy, but the damage efficiency is super duper high. And
Yeah.
everything else is good too. Like the training is good. And all the bosses it's good. So I think it's probably still at the top though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Alright, Xenon. This can't be higher than Nightwalker, right?
It can.
No.
It can. It straight
Okay.
up can.
Okay, so where do we think it's going then?
First of all, it's a burst in Dawn, and like when you finish burst, you just fly and just stay in there.
Okay, that's true. Yeah. Xenon is stupid strong too.
Okay. The reason why I said no at first is like you put down your hologram and she dashes out. GG.
I guess, yeah. I guess
No,
that
but
sucks.
hologram is really big though. Like how, like one that, like Sarah's one dash is not gonna dash out a hologram.
The big one.
Yeah.
Really, you think it's not gonna dash out? The dash goes like 2/3 of the fucking map.
What? No.
Yeah. Bro, her dash is so far. What are you talking about?
Oh, it dashes out. GG. Wait, but like,
I mean, she'll come back though. You know what
wait,
I mean?
how
Like,
how long does the hologram last?
I don't fucking know.
you know what the skill is called?
After a grind field or some shit.
Hypogram field, right?
Yeah, some shit like that.
It's yeah, it lasts for 60 seconds at max.
What?
Wait, am I
No, we're
tripping?
talking about the G skill, the V skill. I'm talking about.
Wait, hold on. I think I'm tripping. I'm looking at something else.
I'm taking matter into my own hands.
Hypogram field fusion. Level 30. Field generated for 30 seconds.
Uh huh.
Is that the right one? Like hypogram field fusion? I'm pretty sure that's the skill. Is there something that increases it to 40 with like a hexa or some shit? I didn't mean to gift. I was trying to subscribe. Dub. It says 30, but it lasts for 40. Okay. Okay, I mean, that's still a long time, though. Yo, thank you, Fango Guapo. That's still a long time, though, regardless. Like, Saren will come back into the field.
Okay.
What?
No, nothing. Where the fuck we putting this thing, dude?
Okay, I would say it's one above Nightwalker. Or, actually, I could see it even being Shad.
Yeah, this is one other thing. Like to get a Xenon to that level of funding to do H-Saren, like it probably takes.
Is better Merc? You think so?
I think it takes significantly more funding than the other characters. So to get a Xenon to that level of funding to do H-Saren,
That's true.
don't you guys think so?
That's true. That's true. The funding requirement is probably harder.
When have we ever considered this as a?
When we were talking about DA, we mentioned it.
Yeah, when we talk about DS, we mentioned it too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, how long ago was that? Was that 2 hours ago? I don't know.
I don't know.
True. Yo, low key.
Okay, so if we're saying Xenon is a great pick because you can burst and fly and whatever the fuck, then that means it's minimum behind Ice Lightning, no?
No, that means
Yeah.
it's okay. Yeah. No. Okay,
Fuck you mean,
I
though?
could see it. I could see it being better than IL though.
Yeah, that's why I said minimum it's behind her, because all the classes in front of her are classes that
Oh, I thought
can
you
burst
meant.
during dawn.
Yeah, but you could burst during dawn on this class too, on Xenon.
Yeah, that's.
I think I'm just
Fucking
confused
God.
by the wording.
I'm
When you say-
saying
when you
at
say behind, you
minimum-
mean it's worse?
No, like that is its worst position it can ever be is behind her.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not saying that's the best. I'm saying that's why I'm saying at minimum.
No, I thought when you said behind, it meant
Like, why
it's
can't you
worse.
say worst scenario is better than Shad?
yeah. You just worded it a little weird. All good though.
I didn't think it was weird, bro.
Guys, who thinks saying behind something is like kind of like confusing? Type 1.
Yo.
2, fuck you. Whatever, bro. I don't care. Whatever. We agreed that it's
Yeah,
that-
backfoot on you, you fucking idiot.
No.
Anyways,
I'm better than you at DB.
it's still on, bro. Like,
Okay, so it's bare minimum better than IL. All good. I agree to that. Now, where would we put it though? Better than Merc? Like how much better?
I don't think.
no, Merc is untouchable.
Yeah.
And Freud's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Even-
Mihile's perma untouchable. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Dark Knight kind of has Freud's. Kinda.
Yeah, low key, I think it's only.
So it's
better
just
than
above
maybe.
IL. Okay.
Yeah,
sure.
Dark Knight has fucking Freud's regrets, dude. Like,
It's funny. I told you, bozo.
Okay, the last class.
All right, the last class 0. Wow, best for last, huh?
most optimal.
Yeah, best for
Yeah, this
last.
is
Now, where would
literally
it go
most
though?
At
the
the top.
Yeah, this is the best for last. This is the best. This is the best. And I made a whole video saying I think this is the best class of 2025, like period, in the year. Like it'll be the best class to play as a main or whatever you want. And I think as a Legion champion, it's the best class to make too. If you don't mind learning it, that's the
This
only
class
condition.
just needs one Ozring and one Ozring only.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you only need to cube 2 WSE.
Yes, you only have to. Yes, you only have to cube your weapon, and that's it. You're right.
Your weapon and emblem.
Your weapon and emblem, and that's it. That's a huge cost save. That's like 50 bill. Saved.
You get a free 22 weapon too. You don't even need to go to 22.
Yeah,
You
that,
just leave it at 17.
the thing is, you say BM's higher because there's nothing to learn. But keep in mind, this is for the Legion champion system, right? Like, at the end of the day, 0 is not the hardest thing in the in the world to learn, like you'll learn it too, and it's also better than BM and Kalos too. So like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you also
True.
get like a free 22. Yep,
What's the free 22?
your weapon. But you don't even have to do that though. Technically, you don't even have to
Yeah,
do
why?
that shit. You can just
Your-
live.
Your secondary is a free 22.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but like, other classes don't need to start a secondary though.
Kanna, Dual Blade, Shadower, Mages.
Okay, Sweetwater Heart takes like no money to 22 anyways. Okay, besides the point.
Are we okay?
Yo, this list is very evenly distributed. Like very evenly distributed.
You think so?
We have in total 4 category, and each category has like what 11 characters.
Well, I mean, if we took
Okay, first 2 category I see as 1. Like the pure strength wise, that I see as 1, right? Then we have like 12 characters per category.
It is
Besides
very
Bob.
evenly distributed because if you look at the lines, it's like
Yeah.
it has 3 extra here, only 1 extra here, but this is extended
that's because-
1.
Yeah, 2
So
extra
like
here.
it would be 2 extra, and then this is the same. Actually, no, it'd be
Yeah.
the same. It'd be 3. It's just like this one, and then
Yeah.
this is like the most. So it
you're
is pretty
really
evenly
weird.
distributed. Yeah, it is. 0 can't lib. They just fixed that. Yep. Read the news, bro. Read the news. Okay, so final thoughts on this tier list. What's the quirk about DS? You could get banned.
you have a higher chance of getting reported and getting banned.
Loki.
Hey, we're just keeping it real. We're just keeping it real. You could get banned. Just gotta mention that. And RFS. Like, that's just like another annoying thing, but it's honestly because you could get banned. Like, unironically, like, I think that's important to mention to people. The thing about DS though that makes it so broken, and I was trying to like, I was like saying this to convince Phil, like, bro, because you can TP farm, you're probably going to be a much higher level and have much more frags than all the other Legion champions that people are going to fund. Like, because you can TP farm. So like, that shit's broken as hell. Okay, so final thoughts on this tier list is if you pick anything that's in great pick and above, I don't think you're going to have any hard time because of your class. I think you'll only have a hard time because you don't know how to do the bosses or something like that. Like, straight up. And then if you pick anything with good or above, or anything in the good tier, I think there's going to be some things that you're probably going to find annoying and like a little inconvenient, but at the end of the day, you could still get the job done. Like if you just put in enough effort. Anything unoptimal, I think unoptimal, you still could do it, but like you're going to need to put in quite a bit more effort than everyone else for sure. But you could still do it though. No, they would not be close to max. They're not max hexa. Why NL unoptimal? Because it's a 3-minute class and does no damage. Yep. When you say effort, you just mean mesos. Whatever it is, you know what I mean? Like, whether it's effort through you need to farm more or effort through you need to learn the class more, like it's just effort. Like you just have to try harder. Like for example, it's like you really think a bishop or like a BowMaster is gonna try as hard as like an Evan to do like a 20-minute H turn? Like not even fucking close. Like the Evan's gonna be trying way harder in every single way in terms of funding and gameplay. Like straight up. Why did Phil choose Nightlord? Because he's a meta slave and that shit was OP as fuck at one point. Will this be a video? Of course it'll be a video. But again, to keep it completely transparent and for the YouTube people watching at home, I think I'm going to upload this video on Monday because I got a Factor sponsorship on Monday so I could integrate it into the video. I'm just keeping it real, guys. I'm just keeping it real. You know how I am, bro. I just tell you the truth.
All right, so you're buying me and Phil dinner?
Whenever you guys want anything from me, just ask me, bro. I don't mind.
Poggers. All right, Phil, what do you want?
Yo, want to give me a factor order?
Sure. I don't mind.
I'm trying to shit out.
Okay. That's fine, bro. I'll just send it to your address. Just give me your credit card
I used
information.
to use Cook Unity. Might have to convert to Vector. No cap.
It's good, low key. Can I have Stacy? No, what the fuck? Nah, these guys could deserve everything. They've helped me so much. So
Unless Cook Unity is also doing a sponsorship, and then I take back what I just said.
okay.
Okay,
I have to
dude.
make sure I edit out 2 things in this video before I get demonetized again.
Yeah, so it was like redacted, and
As redacted.
as redacted is great.
Yeah. All right. Any final thoughts?
There are
Yeah.
a lot of classes in the optimal tier that you wouldn't expect
I know, right?
in a tier list from the past.
No, it's actually so crazy how shit has switched up. Kaiser and Thunderbreaker at the top. That shit used to be the biggest fucking joke if you played it.
Yo, table's turn.
Yep. This is for a Legion Champion tier list. It's not a mains tier list, by the way. If you're looking at this and you're like, damn, I main Night Lord. Or damn, I main fucking Yo, honestly, anything at the bottom if you main it, you should
Dude,
be sad.
2-minute classes are
Low-key.
just too OP. Like, why? What are they doing? Like, and before you say like, oh, because 3 minutes hand is so good for the long time. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, this 2 wrongs don't make a right.
3 lefts to make a right. Nah, I'm actually completely bricked. Hayato, Night Lord, FP, Lara, Dual Blade, and Khali. Like, I'm bricked, bro. The only good one is FP. It's actually all over, bro.
Yo, I am a meta slave. Yo, I'm gonna let you guys know. I used to have my Nightwalker just lipped. My Shadow is almost lipped and it has a bad, like has a GSE. I swapped as soon as I heard the 20 minutes news. I swapped out those 2 instantly for Shade and BowMaster. Yep.
Nah, this guy's a
And dealing
meta
with that
slave.
3-minute bullshit, dude.
This guy's a meta slave, bro. I'm telling you, he just like instantly swapped, bro. He instantly swapped.
Yo, I am dealing with that 3-minute BS.
Yeah, meta slave of mains NL. I told him years ago to swap to Shad. Years ago. No, but the thing is, Phil's the strongest NL in Chronos, though. That's the difference, bro.
Cap.
It's not Cap. He's just humble, bro. He's the strongest one. What if they change it to 21 minutes? That's a big difference. That's a big difference.
Yo, low key, that is a big difference.
That's a very, very big difference. If they change it to 21 minutes, then this whole tier list is completely different. Straight up. The whole thing is different if it's 21 minutes. So much shit at the bottom would go back up. I think the 2 minutes would still all be good, though.
Yo, might have to be 21 and a half minutes.
Yeah,
Low
21 and a
key.
half, because you need to still get off like some of the bursts. You know
And
what
it
I'm saying?
cannot be 22 minutes because then the 2-minute classes can also get off one more burst. We don't want that.
It has to be like 21:45. Yeah, but if a 2-minute class has a cooldown hat, they could get off another burst. So whatever the threshold for like a -4 2-minute hat can't get off an extra burst, but a 3-minute can, that number. 2-minute classes will
2-minute
pop
classes
burst
will
outside.
pop
That's
burst
true.
outside.
Bro, low-key, I could do that on Hayato. Low-key. Low-key.
Dude, at that point, just put a hard limit of how many times you can use a skill. Like,
That's
inside, like...
Running bosses like it's Culver. Yeah. Don't say Loke. All right, W or L tier list, guys. Be honest. For Legion Champion tier list. L, you guys are all stupid. Nah, you know what's crazy is Peps plays like 2 fucking classes and thinks he knows shit. He barely plays Aran and barely played Battle Mage and like thinks he knows anything about this game. Why bam at the bottom? You're gonna have to watch the VOD, bro. It's kind of accurate, rare W. I play Adele and I know Adele's shit.
Dude, do I not go? What the fuck do I do, man? I have Kanna and I have Night Lord as my champion, dude.
Bro, I'm even worse, bro. All my shit's on optimal, bro. I have fucking Hayato, bro.
Yeah, but it's a main, so like you can brute force it.
Yeah.
Like you have no choice but to have it as a champion. Like
I have Kanna and Buck.
Okay. Night
dude,
Lord.
I have two classes.
Night Lord.
Nah, like you're foul for that. Like I didn't want to say it, but no, but like I said, like it's his main, so like he can brute force it.
Yeah, that main doesn't matter. Who the fuck cares?
I mean, the same case for my Buck. My Buck is just brute forcing it.
Yeah, his buck is so strong.
Dude, my Kanna is so fucked.
Phil's
man.
got like 2 end calluses ready, and like it's kind of I don't know how strong your Kanna is.
It's 210 mil CP.
Okay, and he's got H Saren ready on that shit too. So he's got three characters done already. So stupid.
I need some Hexa nodes on. Yeah.
And
it's mostly
LDSDA, Phantom, Lynn, Corsair. It's with all the Kannas, LMAO. It's because these are all old heads, bro. And I would have done Kanna too back then.
No, you cannot, Munizzle. You cannot have a dupe.
You cannot dupe your main. No, you can't do like 6 Nightwalkers or anything. Using your Kanna is not natty. No, actually, bro, it's like a +1 freebie. It's so annoying.
Yo, I literally know I literally know someone that like wanted to do 60s, and as soon as he found out he can't, he quit the game.
Dude, that was Hexy with Mercedes. He did like a whole YouTube series on 6 Mercedes, and then the news dropped, and he was like giga dooming, bro. I actually felt bad for him, low key.
Yeah, actually, like already made 6 Merc.
Yeah, like he made the 6 Mercs and was doing like dailies and shit on him. Yeah. Crazy. They weren't too funded, but like still though, the shit's annoying as fuck.
I just don't like dupes in general, to be honest.
No, I agree with you. Like even if you could make dupes, I wouldn't have done it regardless. Like that shit is like, come on, bro. Like at least play something else, bro. That ass.
Yeah,
Hokey Pokey was gonna do 6 Hayatos. Thank fucking God you can't dupe, bro. I need to have the most lived Hayatos on my resume, like period, on Earth. That's my thing, bro.
You're just cause you said that, he's gonna do it.
Nah, he can't, bro. Even if he wanted to, he can't.
I'm going to go shower.
All right, thank you guys both for everything. I'm probably gonna end my stream here. Are you streaming, Tommy?
No, I think I'm going to bed, dude.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go to bed soon too. Then. All good. All right.
Wait, are
What?
we watching Mr. Beast still or no?
No. Let's just watch another day.
Okay.
That's fine. We'll save it. Maybe tomorrow. I think Ratch said she had an exam to study for anyways.
Okay.
Ramus.
Ramus?
Yeah. Sounded like Ramus.
I said okay.
Yeah.
See.
All right. I am going to. All right. This video is going to be uploaded on Monday. It's going to be uploaded on Monday. And I will be ending my stream. I'll be back tomorrow for another Poggy stream. W chat. W everybody for helping. And I'm going to send you all to Mr. Misusing TV. Everybody show him some love and be kind, bro.
Poggers.
Yep. Goodbye, everybody. Have a good night.
Good night.
This will be uploaded on Monday. Bye-bye.
Screenshot this.
Thank you so much to my members, Blazefire, Shooms, Shagad, Ravi Espa, Koga, Piconeer, Skittles, Dante Victory, CK, J, Blunt Poppy Supreme Oil Backwards, Vampiric X, Fresh and Juicy, Assassin, and Migu. I appreciate you guys so much, and shout out to everyone who submitted fan art. If you always want to submit fan art, it's in the Discord linked below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.